MMA Roasted.
The levels.
Hey, welcome to a brand new MMA Roasted Podcast. It's me, Adam Hunter. I got 0 hours of sleep. Got off a flight from Portland, Oregon. Came right to the studio, and I'm excited because I got my man Uncle Creepy is here with us.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Uncle Creepy or Ian McCall? I feel like comedy-wise,
call me Ian.
Ian?
Yeah, I don't. The Uncle Creepy thing just fucking. If you're not in MMA circles, it sounds really weird, and I realize that. So I just say, you know.
Really? But I just love it though. I mean, there's a lot of Ians out there. There's only one Uncle Creepy.
True, but let me just. It just depends. If I'm at the dime, I can't joke about MMA or anything. I've tried to make jiu-jitsu jokes, and they just fucking sit there.
But that's the dime bar. But all right.
But I'm just saying, I in certain areas like LA, I do not use the Uncle Creepy thing for sure. When we go to Philly and Pittsburgh next month to do comedy for my first little, what is it, travel show? I don't know, my East Coast tour.
On the road gig, dude.
And that I'll throw some MMA jokes in there because MMA gyms are coming to see me.
Right, of course. We got Mayhem Miller with us.
Uh-oh.
Bro, I got negative sleep, bro. I don't know like how you can get backwards sleep, bro. I'm right in the same boat with you.
Mayhem and Uncle Creepy. I think I need new friends. Those are my two.
You definitely need new friends.
I like it. And then Ween Dog.
What's up, dude? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I want to thank Speedweed. They're giving us a studio. They've been amazing. Gino, I can't thank you enough. This podcast is on a whole different level. Thanks to Gino. And listen, people, marijuana is legal in California. Get it delivered right to you. Don't go to the dispensary. It's a trap. There are cops waiting for you to leave because you smoke when you're in there. Then they pull you over. You get a DUI. Boom. $20,000 later, you're fucked. All right? Get it delivered. You get pizza delivered. You get Chinese food delivered. Some people get hookers delivered. All right, get marijuana delivered to you.
Yeah, I say most people get hookers delivered, don't they?
Yeah, I think most people do.
I think that's standard.
You can do that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So speedweed.com. Follow them at Speedweed. I just got back from Portland, Oregon. Well, first of all, I had a show last week. I was telling Joe before the show that so normally, you ever have one of those things where you think like this works every time? This, like you have this down to a science, and then it doesn't.
All the time.
So I did a show, and normally, like, if there's people that are handicapped in the show, they want to be made fun of like everyone else. Like they're like, blind people come up to me, hey, thank you for making fun of me, or deaf people, thank you. I've had people take out their eyeballs and put them on my merch table, thanking me, right? So I'm in Irvine Improv, and Bisbing's there, and I'm a little. Bisbing and Kelvin Gastelum. And I get nervous when like fighters who I like respect are there. I still get that like I want to impress them, especially Bisbing for some reason. I don't know why. I just feel like
why on earth would you give a fuck what he thinks?
I don't know. I like the guy a lot, but I just feel like he has like I don't know. I just feel like whatever. So you're the same with you guys. I mean, when you're there. I want to like impress you guys. Ween Dog, I don't have to impress you as much, but
no, not at all, man.
So. And Gastelum came by himself, which is, by the way, fucking badass. If you're like a guy that comes to a comedy club or someplace by yourself, I got nothing but love for you. So I'm on stage, and there's somebody explaining to this woman all my jokes. So I thought it was because they weren't getting it, which happens. So I was like, are you explaining all my jokes? And the girl goes, she goes, I'm hard of hearing. So I was like, and you come to a comedy club? Well, what if you're deaf? Do you go see? I go, what if you're blind? Do you go see fireworks? Right? So like, that was a good joke, haha. Like not the best joke but people were laughing. She was kind of laughing. Then she gets up and leaves, right? And I'm just like, oh, okay, this didn't go well. And then the next day, I got all these people hitting me up saying, great show, I love the show, it was a great show. She hits me up, she's like, it was my first time at a comedy club, and I was on a date, and you made fun of me for being deaf, and deaf lives matter.
Bro, I didn't even know you could read sign language.
I was not trying to pick on this person. I was just trying to make a joke out of the situation and like be funny, and I apologized. I said, listen, I was trying to make you laugh. I was picking on everyone in the crowd. I was making fun of this guy, that guy, that guy, that guy. Got to you.
Did you translate it into Braille?
No, I don't. The point is not to make fun of her more on the podcast. The point is that it made me think like.
Well, I didn't even get a chance to make fun of this deaf lady. It's not like she's listening.
I used to date a deaf girl.
Really?
Yeah. One time we walked out of I was sending her off in the morning. And my dad would always smoke cigars out on the patio, and my patio opened up to the beach, basically. And that's all. I'd always kick him out that way. And finally, after like a couple weeks of her, being over all the time, he sees me, kiss her goodbye, and then he He goes, is Amber deaf? Like, yeah. He's like, just shook his head in disappointment, walked in. I was like, what
Your
the
dad
fuck?
got mad about that?
No, he was just like, because I was horrible at that point in my life.
Yeah.
So obviously it
Was this like last week or?
No, this was like 10 years ago, longer than that. Man, I was 20.
Wow.
21.
Well, I actually felt bad, and I felt like maybe I have to like be more.
Wait.
I
want to go back to why Creepy's dad
I
is
still don't know.
racist against deaf
Right?
people.
That's what I said. I was like, you're a dick. He wasn't racist towards them. He was racist towards me.
Wait, why would he judge you
She
for
black?
dating?
He started to live vicariously through me, and then I just took it overboard.
Your dad did?
Yeah.
But what? No, was your
Well,
dad?
what? You knocked her cochlear implant out? Like, I don't understand.
All right, this is off to a terrible.
What is
start.
deaf sex
This whole
like?
show. Listen.
Oh, hey.
Bro, it's a dumpster fire every time we do this show.
Are crazy horny.
So
Really?
anyway,
I don't know. I'm just kidding.
I gotta read people better. Is that's what
No different.
I thought I was like, okay, making fun of everyone equally.
Time out. Did you just do another deaf pun?
No,
You gotta read people better?
No, I invited her to my show, Def Jam. Okay,
But I think deaf people can read.
But
Deaf people can read.
I think they can read.
They can read.
I'm not sure
that's
though.
not the-
We have to do a
Waka,
test.
that was not the listen. So anyway, I actually felt bad because I didn't mean to hurt the person's feelings, honestly. But it was
Yeah.
if it's your first time at a comedy show, you should probably know that like not take things too
You
seriously.
should learn sign language, bro.
I would love to. I actually, but anyway, so then I go to Portland the next day, and that night, Chael Sonnen's like, hey, I want to take you out. And I was like, okay, I'll meet you at the steakhouse you want to take me to.
I'll meet you at the Trump rally.
He's like, no. He goes, I got you covered. So he pulls up with his wife in a stretch limo party van.
Yep.
And we went out to the steakhouse. We had the best time with me, Aaron, and Chael and his wife. His wife got wasted. She's beautiful, but she was pretty drunk and hilarious. And it was one of the best. He told me that about his fight with you.
Yeah.
He said that the ring broke.
Bro, we smashed through the ring. It was hilarious. And then we had a gentleman's agreement where we were like, wouldn't go over to where we like wanted to finish the fight because they like wanted to stop it. And we both were like, nah, let's fucking do this. And we both like would like circle over towards the hole in the ring. And then we both like looked at each other like, nah, don't go over there. Go over here. And we just kept going. Yeah.
He said the
It was
promoter
wild.
told you guys, hey, do you guys mind not fighting?
Yeah, he's like, there's a hole in the ring over there. So if you guys could. Yeah, I was like, but we both like looked at each other like, all right, okay.
And now that
was the ghetto.
Now that was your
days,
first
bro.
loss too, was to Chael,
Yeah,
right?
My first loss.
Was his wrestling hard to deal with?
Yeah, it was surprising because everybody who had took me down up to that point, I just choked them out. Like every time, and actually, I had him in a submission at the end of the fight. It was crazy. It was like the last second kind of deal. But yeah, it was like a wake up call. And after that, I like really went after wrestling real hard.
Do you think the ring being broke hurt your chances?
Yeah, it definitely disrupted the flow of the fight because like my plan was to like wear him down and get him tired and then choke him out. But then like he had like 45 minutes while they were like, over there putting cinder blocks under the damn ring, like trying to like I don't know what the hell they were doing under. Like they had all these like little Mexican dudes like scurrying under our feet the whole time. You know what I mean?
What country
Hammering
was
the
this
damn thing. Oh.
It was in California.
In California.
Yeah, this was like at the Indian reservation, like out in the middle of nowhere, like 1999 or whatever, like forever ago.
And he said that they were actually there was 4 fights after you.
Yeah.
And they told all the fighters to not fight on that side of the ring.
Exactly. Yeah.
Stay away from the pit, please.
Man, let me just tell you, I was like some next level baloney.
Yeah, so that was awesome. Going out with Chael was great, and then the next night, Austin and Paige Vanzant came, her and her husband. Which Paige Vanzant is so pretty, I can't even like look at her when I'm talking to her.
His last name is Van Zant now?
Yeah, Austin Vanzant was there. He has like
I do the same thing.
He has a tattoo of an eye, like on his neck.
I know. I saw the picture. I was like, what the fuck? This dude's staring into my soul from Twitter.
He said he really wants to talk to you. They're
Nice,
big
nice.
fans of yours, by the
I
way.
love that guy,
And
yeah.
but Paige is like so pretty. You don't even want to look at her. You ever have a girl like that?
Nope.
Like,
No,
not-
they're
Just wanna
hot.
look at her tits.
I want to look at him and I want to fuck him.
Yeah.
Nah.
I didn't even want to. I wanted to look at her, but she's a very, very.
I know what you mean, though.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't want
you
to
can't.
make it seem anyway. Creepy.
Can't fuck all of them.
Yeah, you don't want to pitch a tent right in front of her. I get it.
And then,
It's called a panic boner.
Yeah.
Really, have you ever gotten a
boner.
panic boner?
I call it a
Never,
fear
of
boner,
course.
but I
Yeah,
hear where
panic
you're
boner.
coming.
I went down a rabbit hole not too long ago. It's a uncontrollable erection out of fear of public speaking or getting attacked by a bear. Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah. That's true.
So, and then they came with Mike Pierce. He said he's trained with you too.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, Pierre says hello. But then it was funny because the feature that I brought, because I was bringing this feature, and my main guy, my guy Jonesy, bailed like a week before. So then I brought my friend Aaron, who I love, but he's like kind of a hit or miss comic. Like either people love him or they don't get him at all.
Bowden?
Bowden. And there were a lot of times during this weekend in Portland, people were not getting him at all. So people fill out comment cards. So I'm in the green room.
What?
And the owner of the club was like, hey, he's on stage, right? And he's doing jokes about girls sucking cock and going down on girls that have hairy vaginas and making noises like, and he does a whole thing about creepy, how people think he's creepy and this, that. So the owner is like, let me look at the comment card. So he's reading them, right? And he goes, it's like 1 to 5, 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. And it's like 1, creepy. And he's like, man, these are the worst comment cards I've ever. He's like, who the hell brought this guy? And I was like, that was me. And then you hear from the stage while he's in the back, like just fart noise and shitting noises and eating pussy. And the guy's looking at me like, and it just keeps getting worse. And I'm looking down and I'm like, well, you want to be loved or hated in this business, and trying to give the whole. And it was just. I was crying laughing. Like, I was crying because he was getting more and more annoyed.
Mm-hmm. I think the audience should know, just for a reference point, like, I one time had like a crazy, like, awesome party, and like, it was just like hot, like UFC chicks everywhere, and like, just like the cool bros. It was like one of my best Purple Pineapple pool parties back in the day. And then you said, hey, can I play some songs? And I said, yeah, sure, why not? This motherfucker puts on, my girl likes to party all the time, the whole fucking record scratched. Everybody stopped dancing. Everybody stopped having fun. It was just staring. And then you put on like 3 more, like Baby Shark or some shit like that. Like just the most garbage. So, I mean, that's the kind of dude we're dealing with here, if you don't know. Every once in a while, you like to throw a monkey wrench in the whole system.
I'm so desensitized to like comedy, that awkwardness.
I know, me too. I like it too, but you got to understand, it's like a niche. You know what I mean? Not everybody watched The Office.
You went on the Dime Bar and like said the N-word 18 times in a row. Somebody threatened to shoot you.
Yeah. No, he didn't shoot me.
And then at one point you made animal noises and like so.
But I didn't talk about eating vagina.
How did I not know this?
And I didn't get an erection that lasted more than 4 hours.
This is before he was like he got locked up, but he was like, I booked him by accident because there was a drag queen named Mayhem Miller.
He was trying to book the tranny,
There was a black female drag queen I saw on a flyer, and I thought it was him being funny. So I'm like, hey, you're back into comedy, come by. And this was him at like his all-time worst. So he shows up with like a mohawk and like
pink mohawk face,
snake, like meth hanging out, like just pulls up in a car, just like fumes on fire.
Yeah.
And then he wouldn't get off stage, and I'm sitting there with Ellis, and I'm like Ellis, you gotta get him off. And he's like, I'm not getting him off. I'm like, but you train. He goes, I train long enough to know that I'm not getting him off. And then,
wow. Yeah, that was a wild night, man. I feel like I killed that night. I feel like I made inroads with the black community.
Yeah, definitely. It was something. It was something. So then that was my trip to Portland. It was a lot of fun. It was crazy. How have you been? What's going on with you?
You
got pink eye, right?
But I had like red eye. I had all kinds of eye.
What happened?
Bro, I don't know. Fucking dog must have farted in my face. Hell if I know.
You weren't eating ass or anything? Or?
Nah, no ass eating on my agenda. Wasn't on the menu. You know what I mean? I don't know. I must have got a scratch and train or something, and then it just formed into some. I just had to like take some time off and like hide. Because, dude, I was just, like, molten.
I know you showed me a picture, and then I was like, come anyway. You're like, you're just going to make fun of me for eating ass.
I knew immediately. Like, can't have an infectious disease around Adam Hunter. This motherfucker will talk about it to no end. Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, even now, I'm healthy, and you still couldn't let it go.
Of course. By the way, it was funny. So Austin Vanderford, I was giving him shout-outs from the stage, and I'm like, Paige Vanzant does not have one ugly bone in her body except for Austin Vanderford's.
Nice.
And she was dying laughing. So I was happy. I have to tell people, you guys don't laugh when I tell you the stories. I have to tell everyone how funny it was.
Everyone laughed, guys.
Everyone
was laughing hysterically.
Everyone laughed. Promise. So, thanks, guys. So, Creepy, how you doing?
Wonderful.
What's new?
Psychedelic integration work. Yeah, I'm.
Interesting.
I've been into the professor. My girlfriend's a professor at UCLA.
Yeah.
Nice.
And has been for like over a decade. Been a scientist for 25 years.
So she's synthesizing chemicals, and
No.
you're the test monkey.
Maybe. No. We we focus on psilocybin.
On what?
On psilocybin magic
Mushrooms.
mushrooms.
Yeah.
On a political level, on an activist level, as far as native, the First Peoples Nations. My spiritual leader down in the La Jolla Indian Reservation, his name is Shane. He just got a federally recognized church. So we have a plant medicine church at La Jolla, and I think soon to be Morongo.
So you're trying to get mushrooms on the market? Is that?
I'm trying to get them just decriminalized, and this is a market that people just don't realize that it's a cycle, it's cyclical.
You have mushrooms now?
There's tech. No, I'm saying like business wise. There's tech, and there's cannabis, and there's CBD, and now there's psilocybin's coming next.
Yeah, for a few years I macrodosed psilocybin for a while.
What's the biggest dose you microdose or macrodose?
Yes.
Yes.
Both.
Okay, so micro's small, macro's bigger.
Yeah, I was macrodosing, bro.
Every day.
Every day. I was like, time became a construct of the man, and I felt like the white patriarchy was telling me what to do. I feel like...
See, this is exactly why crazy people can't take psychedelics.
I feel like
take
I don't know if you should be guiding people to do that shit, bro. I was eating it on my pizza.
Yeah,
end up at,
because
like, a church?
because
I lost a girl in the woods, bro.
as someone who's been your friends for a long
Hell
time,
yeah.
Wait, hold up. Wait, I feel like I'm in a fucking mushrooms right now. What do you mean? You were in the woods with who?
I was in it with I had a scientist girlfriend.
Same girl?
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
I mean,
Wait, so what happened?
knowing me and him,
We're gonna get to that in a second.
you got any peanuts for the elephant?
Wait.
Hey, but yeah, I never told you this, Adam.
No.
Man, I did mushrooms in the woods in Yosemite,
Okay.
and I don't know. I had a beautiful experience.
Right.
I'm talking next level. I saw God. I talked to him. I played Jenga with him.
Right.
And we were just chilling. And I was looking at the different levels of sediment in this lake, a beautiful lake. And I just had a uplifting experience. I vomited, but it was like one of those casual vomits where you were connecting with nature.
Right.
You're like, oh, yo. You know what I mean? And dancing
you just had to purge.
And
Okay.
all right, with the girl.
Now.
Okay.
The woman I was with was 100 pounds.
Right.
And I noticed she didn't vomit at all. I was like, wow, she got a damn steel stomach. That was pretty impressive. About 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, it was, it's about time to pack up because we were in this campsite in the middle of nowhere. So we pack up and we're walking. I'm carrying my trusty hatchet. I'm kind of coming down, I guess.
You on mushrooms with a hatchet.
I know.
Great idea.
I know. Well, it gets better. Because suddenly on the trail, she just looks at me like a panic-stricken face. Maybe it's because I was holding this hatchet. I don't know.
Right.
I was still walking on sunshine, and so I didn't know what the hell she was on about. She just dropped her pink backpack at my feet and just started sprinting. Took off in the woods, and in my rationale. And
Well, you had a hatchet on you.
yeah, it's true, but I wasn't chasing her.
Right.
So she just took off running, and I was like, what is she doing? And then the inner conversation with myself, I'm not going to chase you. This is some weird, power move. She wants me to chase her through the woods. I should have chased her.
Why?
Because I get back to the campsite, I'm like, you seen Lisa? No. You seen Lisa? Nobody's seen her. I was like, oh my God. I went searching for her for until the sun came up.
Did you find her?
No.
So she's still there?
Yeah, she's still there.
Right.
No. I was kidding. They found her, and dude, I haven't even thought about this in the longest time. I'm just saying, be careful with your mushrooms, kids. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Listen,
Now-
this is the thing.
Yeah.
Is that
And I was like,
okay.
no, you know what? Here, let me just tell you. I was
give it to
searching
me.
for this woman all night. I was walking around convinced that there was a fucking bear gonna eat me the whole night. I was like, bro, I'm gonna fight that bear with this hatchet.
Like a big gay guy? Or-
Yeah, I'm gonna fight this bear. I'm gonna fight this homosexual with this hatchet. And then I ran into a wolf.
have to cut his big horny dick off?
A wolf.
Really?
I mean, maybe it was a coyote, but still, like, I think you forgot you said I was on mushrooms, bro. So everything was trippy. You know, this is years and years ago.
Could have been a squirrel.
It could have been. Could have been. It seemed pretty big though. Yeah. But
same bushy tail. Just depends on how.
But anyway, I was like, man, I love this woman. I need to protect her and da 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 da. And then the minute she came back. Yeah, the minute the Rangers found her.
Yeah.
I had to admit to the Rangers I was on mushroom. Like,
oh no.
Yeah, I had to admit to him. He's like, well, and they found her.
Yep.
And I thought she was gonna be like, oh, I missed you. She just was like, do you have any chapstick?
That was the first thing she said.
That was the first thing she said.
That's what you would have said.
Yeah, bless her heart.
That's what I would.
All right.
So what the hell are you doing with mushrooms? That's my warning to the kids out there. I gotta tell the kids.
MMA roasted.
Let me explain.
MMA nothing, bro. This is an all non-MMA podcast.
All right, Phoebe, what are you saying?
Okay, so it's called psychedelic integration. It's psychedelic assisted psychotherapy. This is, like I said, the woman I'm dating is an
app you get on your phone.
Shut the fuck up. Yes, there is an app. There's a microdosing app.
Okay,
and we're trying to build other apps. We're looking into setting up studies and kind of going over some stuff ourselves. We got but if you're gonna take these, this is why you cannot take mushrooms or any entheogens irresponsibly.
Entheogens?
Psychedelics.
That's what you call them?
Yeah.
Nice.
And it sounds nice, right? Psychedelics just sounds silly, so they made up a pretty weird name.
It's like using cannabis instead of marijuana.
Exactly, but you have to do this responsibly because there has to be rhyme or reason. There has to be set and setting. There has to be intention. There has to be the integration.
What are the reasons to take mushrooms? Just to have
reason
fun?
to?
Yeah.
Okay, so listen, talk therapy, EMDR, all that sort of therapy stuff.
Sure.
It works, but it doesn't work because you have your brain and then you have a little box inside with all your problems, and your body has the default mode network. And it protects all the bad shit that even you've forgot about or put in the middle of your body, just send it away. The only way to get into those doors is through psychedelics.
The only way.
And the only way. And this is science. And you can then use what you learn in EMDR or in talk therapy.
Have you been taking them? Has it helped you?
Over the last 2 years, I've been microdosing psilocybin. I just went to phase 2. I went into microdosing LSD. Because I've been doing some trials trying to see how far we could go with psilocybin. We're going to 20 grams next. Then we're going to go to 30 grams. I mean, the professor kind of says, she's like, I don't know, the difference. She's a biological scientist, so she can explain from mother mycelium, from the base, and then the fruit that comes up, which is the mushroom, ingestion, the cascade of chemicals that happen. Like, this woman can explain all of this shit. Like, she's going to do a TED Talk eventually.
Are you sure this is healthy for you?
Okay, so there's something called epigenetic neurogenesis.
Yep.
And so not only does high doses of psilocybin, this is specifically why I work with psilocybin. I'll work with all of them, but specifically this is my passion because through large doses you deal with trauma. Mm-hmm. Okay, you can even rewire the brain, like vertigo, things like that. But you deal with these crazy traumas that come up, and you work through them. But that comes into the integration part is huge because you get all these amazing thoughts and then you don't know what to do with them. So then after there's that, but because of epigenetic neurogenesis, if you microdosing is healthier for your brain because it floods the receptors with that chemical for a longer period of time. And I can show you things on.
Creepy, I gotta be honest.
Yeah, this is a lot of big words.
I heard
to say
you on.
you're getting high.
I heard you on Ariel Helwani's podcast a couple years ago, right? And you were all about CBD.
Yeah.
But you were like, I'm terrible. I'm depressed. I'm in a horrible place. But I'm on the CBD and it's killing. It's great. So it was kind of uneven. Do you think?
No. I own part of the world's first FDA and third-party certified CBD lab in a product and facility. My family's invested into it. I'm invested into it. It's called Elixicure. And it's the reason why I have these certifications is because I worked closely with Jeff Nowitzki in the UFC because I was going to be their cannabis guy.
Right.
And then Aurora came in and sponsored them with a lot of money, and I was like, well, I'll go fuck myself, because they're a publicly traded, very, 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 very expensive company.
Right.
So, I lost that deal, but I learned a lot in the process, and I got these certifications that no one else even has yet.
Right.
No products have it yet. We have the first over-the-counter product. So it's a BSCG, so Banned Substance Control Group and FDA certs. We're running with that, but then, I don't know. I learned a lot in that space, and cannabis is great. I love CBD. It helped fix my kid. My kid, at 2.5, had autoimmune disease, juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. We fixed it with a lot of CBD oil or cannabis oil, and obviously diet and exercise is first. You have to fix the vehicle before you want to go anywhere. Mm-hmm. And she's good. It's crazy seeing your kid to be stoned, though. You have to give her.
You got your kid blazed?
You have to give.
CBD didn't do it. Man, I took that CBD. Don't get you high at all.
A fucking 2-year-old takes high doses of CBD and just like, wong. It's adorable, but it helped. I took her off the methotrexate they put her on. I was like, fuck you, a chemo drug for my 2-year-old? Not happening.
Your kid seems very happy.
My kid's amazing.
Yeah.
And so back to the psilocybin, I was a mess.
Yeah.
I'm not a mess anymore.
You're not a mess anymore.
So there's 2 things that outside of diet and exercise.
But you also had like a lot of hot girls eat your ass.
I have. Yeah.
So
what's that like?
It's great.
Because he would come he would be like, hey, see this girl right here? And she'd be like a 10.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, she ate my ass.
It was just a funny thing for like a little while. A bunch of chicks wanted.
Do you have a hairy ass?
Kinda, yeah.
They didn't care?
No.
So how come let's get into that because it's more interesting to me. So how do guys?
Then we can get into sex addiction.
How do guys like you get all these fitness models?
I have no idea.
Really?
But
how does it come up? Because the girls just come up to you, hey, I really want to eat your butt. That's like the.
No, they just fucking do it. And you're like, okay, start jerking off. Let them do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
What else am I gonna do?
I feel like a girl eating your ass. It's kind of like.
I'm not mad at it. What the fuck?
No, that's cool. But I feel like it's like the only thing they have to really penetrate you this intimate is their tongue. Yeah. So they're like, you know what I mean? They start.
Would you rather they have a dick?
Blasting. I mean, they start. I'm just saying. I'm just telling you. They're trying to assert their dominance by giving you the butt dart.
How's this?
I'm just giving you.
Oh, you think it's girls trying to like?
You want dominance? Take a picture this, okay? So when you're.
I thought he was about to show us his asshole.
No, when you're gonna go lick a chick's ass or go down on a chick, you can grab her by the back of the knees and sit her up,
Yeah.
The back of the knees.
Like a guard pass. Sort of,
when a chick does that to you, and you're like.
I know, and you feel like a baby.
I had one girl that wanted to do it
your
a while back. Some girl in Vegas, this bigger girl.
Feeling gay.
I had one girl that wanted to do it to me, and I let her. I'm not gonna lie.
A big girl.
I mean, not everyone wants to eat my ass.
It's pretty though.
Bro, you know what? We uncrack every podcast. We uncrack a little more of this nut that is Adam Hunter.
No, but creepy. By the way, you guys. Now you used to date his ex-wife, right?
Yeah, I didn't know at first it was his ex-wife, and then we were already like knee deep in fucking tonguing each other's buttholes before she busted that out. I was like, what?
She's like, oh, nice.
What, she liked her ex-wife?
I just thought it was a coincidence that her last name was McCall. I was like, you don't really look like a McCall. Yeah,
I know a guy.
I know.
You didn't wait. So wait.
I didn't look. I was like, bro.
This was not his worst.
Phase.
Yeah, this was your worst and her worst.
Phase. And and
where did you meet her?
Fuck, I don't know.
So
Tinder.
So then So at what point did you realize that was his ex-wife?
Like day 3 of a crazy bender. And it was a fucking nightmare, bro.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare. I mean, I know why it's your ex-wife.
Now, did you feel weird seeing him since then? Or?
Nah, I mean, I felt like we're bros. Come on, we already Eskimo brothers from somewhere else.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
we've known him for 20 years.
We've both been in Orange County. Yeah.
You guys trained together back in the day?
Yeah, we trained back. Where was that at?
Apex.
Man, I missed those days. Right? It was like we were training above a racquetball court.
Yeah.
And then the padded wall was only half the height. So if you really got going, you might flip over.
It was 3.5 feet tall. It wasn't really that high.
Yeah, it was not. Yeah, it was dangerous. It was mad dangerous. When you're going wrestling hard, you're afraid you're gonna fly over onto the damn racquetball.
So when you heard Mayhem was dating your ex-wife, did you get upset or?
No. I at that point I was so.
He's probably happy. Thank God, take her off my fucking hand.
We were already divorced or separated, whatever it was at that point.
Was she doing anything to get back at you? You think she was trying to?
No. She was just deep in her addiction, and people were like, "You guys are cool now," and I'm like, "Yeah, she's fucking sober, has a baby, is remarried, and her new daughter's adorable." And
that's good. I'm glad she's doing good.
She's doing really good. I'm really proud of her.
We were both in we met each other.
Heroin.
Listen, I don't know
everything.
what, but she was laying in bed sleeping, and she was just doing this weird she was knocked out, but she was twitching and shaking, and I was like, what the fuck? I gotta get out of this bed. So I went to another room and went to bed. She just jumped up. Jason! yo. And I was like, what the? Yo, I got court tomorrow. You gotta chill. You gotta fucking chill. It's like, fuck you, motherfucker. Started swinging on me and shit. I was ducking left and right.
For leaving the bed?
Yes. Bro, I don't even know, bro. It didn't make any sense.
Does that sound like her?
Oh, yeah.
Man.
The old her.
Listen here, bro. And I fucking butt-ass naked. I ran around the other side of the pool and called the cops because she was fucking attacking me. I was like, man. And then...
So Mrs. Creepy is wild.
I hate to put her out there.
Hey, this was a long time ago. You guys were on drugs, whatever. Shit happens. You're better now.
Yeah.
But like the cops show up, thank God, because I thought I was going to jail, and they're like, "Oh, hi, Shay." And I'm
wow.
like, oh. I was like, damn.
Oh, they knew
thank
her.
God the cops know her.
Oh, dude,
or I think I would have got in trouble, man. That shit was wild. I mean, I didn't even tell the story right because she was chasing me, and I ran out. She tripped over. I had like this little antique table that was from the owner of Aquaman. I mean, the dude who wrote Aquaman. It's a sweet-ass table. She tripped over that and broke it in half.
Oh, she broke the Aquaman table?
Yes, and then banged her head off another side table and broke that, and then jumped up like the fucking Terminator. It was like the most gangster shit I ever seen.
Wow.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
now, do you ever think, like, how do you attract these women?
Yeah, like, with my profile.
Like,
I swipe
With
right.
your blue check mark. You got one of those, right?
I got one,
Yeah.
and then,
That will get you laid alone, just a blue check mark, especially in LA.
I don't
I'm
even
just saying.
try. Really?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm going to just start tweeting to everybody, hey, how about some dick?
Sliding into some DMs. So that's another reason why I want to get mushrooms and fighters as much as possible to help things like addiction, like sex addiction. Because I was one of the worst. Drugs. The last time I fought, I was on Oxycontin when Horiguchi knocked me out. And I was fucking sitting there.
Before the fight, you were on Oxycontin?
I was snorting.
During the fight?
I was snorting Oxycontin in the locker room. It's Japan. You can do anything you want. And I'm sitting there, Bambi-laid and cross-eyed, and I was like, "Oh, dude, I can't do this. What the fuck? I'm out." I walked in the back, looked at my coaches, and said, "All right, it's over." I didn't tell them I was on Oxycontin.
No, you're supposed to.
Why would you take it before the fight?
Because I was an addict, and I was just
I thought
that.
you were over that. I thought you were like done with the.
Yeah, so did everybody else. I was on fucking Oxycontin for the last 20 years. So I finally was able, like, this whole, I'm telling you, psilocybin has been so big in
But you don't think maybe you're getting
addictions.
addicted to this now?
No, you cannot get addicted to psilocybin. Your body
You
won't
never
let you.
done it?
No.
You can't get addicted to that, bro. Because if you do it all the time, it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Your body builds up a tolerance right away.
People say you can't get addicted to weed, and I know people are addicted to weed.
You know what?
So you know what? A lot of people say you can't
Well,
get addicted
again,
to something.
I've
Ambien. Oh, you can't get addicted to it. I couldn't
right.
sleep without Ambien. Like for a long time,
Yeah.
Ambien was the only thing that put me to sleep, and it was that drug is fucking powerful.
dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Remember Shane Del Rosario?
Yes.
So Shane one night woke up when he was sleeping after taking those, and fucking, because he's just giant, woke up, stood on his bed, and just started peeing on his girlfriend.
No way. Well, he's done that.
Yeah, that's casual. That's like Wednesday.
Taking him, I've walked, I've done some weird
filthy
shit.
casual. That's what you're supposed to do.
So
I haven't taken pills in a
this is my
long
favorite
time now.
podcast. This really.
This
if you
one
don't
really-
like this podcast,
You keep getting better every time.
There's
I'm telling
something
you.
wrong with you. Now, when you fought Demetrius Johnson, were you on Oxycontin?
No, I was not during the fight, but I was still dabbling.
And now, was it after that first fight when you really won the title, when you should have been the
That's
champion?
when I think that's when it started to happen.
That's when you started partying too much?
Yeah. No, I don't think I did anything before. Maybe dabbled here and there, but that's like such a big part of what I'm doing right now is because of the addiction stuff and the sex addiction. I mean, sure, I'm dating another sex addict, so we kind of can compartmentalize it and say, okay, we have sex these many times a day.
How many times a day you have sex?
We work from the house, so like three or
Wow,
five.
that's a lot.
But you know,
Not every day,
when
man.
you
Come
when you
on.
when
just
you
the chafing alone.
when
bro.
you
just I mean.
Okay,
I mean,
when
unless
you
got
meet
a
my
tub
girlfriend.
of lube.
What?
You'll meet my girlfriend. She is this is all, she's coming out with a book and a TED Talk and a bunch of shit. She's a very smart woman. And you look at her and she's 5'11". She's from Serbia, from former Yugoslavia. She fled Yugoslavia with a baby in her belly to become to become one of the youngest professors in Canadian history, I think. She's like 24 or 5.
I'm happy because at one time you were only banging girls with 1 million followers on Instagram.
Yes, that was only the thing. But then, so,
That was his thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was a
prerequisite.
It was a shitty joke. I was like, okay, well, I'll pay you this much attention if you have this many followers.
You had to have 1 million followers on Instagram. Like, what if they had like 800,000? You'd still do it?
My hypocrisy knows no bounds.
Nice.
Depends. How's her butt dart tongue game?
Let's talk to, speaking of butt darts, Isaac Vallie-Flagg is on right now. Let's talk to Isaac, another guy who is out of his mind, along with...
hey there, buddy.
We haven't talked to Ween Dog yet.
Ween.
So...
Where's Isaac?
Is Isaac? He said he's on.
Isaac.
Can you see me or no?
Where are you? Show yourself.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Look at that beard.
Man, I think you're on the thing.
Sorry. Man, come on. Shit.
Hello. Isaac Vallie-Flagg, how are you?
I went on
You definitely look crazy.
Hello. Can anybody hear him?
Can't hear him.
Do you live in your car?
Ready? Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're back in the car. How are you?
Good. I don't live in the car. Some of us have jobs.
Wow.
I was just fucking.
So you're here with Uncle Creepy, Mayhem Miller, Ween Dog, Isaac Vallie-Flagg, who was a badass fighter, fought everybody, and they threw you to the wolves in the UFC.
Really seriously did.
You lost like 19 split decisions, all which could have went your way. But now you're undefeated in bare knuckle boxing, but nobody wants to fight you. Am I right?
I'm losing you again. God damn it.
Yeah.
Can I swear out here?
Yeah, I hear you. But nobody wants to fight you in bare knuckle boxing, correct?
Yeah. I'm trying to get a fight with that Jim Allers guy who's also undefeated, and it seems like nobody does want to fight me. I don't know, whatever. Which is weird because I'm fucking old and I'm tired and I'm slow, and people should want to fight that guy.
Well, you just beat Melvin Gillard. Which is a big win. Melvin Gillard's a strong guy, a scary guy.
Yeah.
But I see you calling people out. Now, what about Dakota Cochran? Is he too big for you, or is that a good fight for you?
Yeah, he's way too big for me. Like I think he's 185 or something, or 205 now. I mean, he's gigantic.
Yeah. And now, who do you think's gonna win? By the way, Joe Riggs or Hector Lombard? They're fighting in bare knuckle.
I know that's an exciting fight.
Oh,
yeah, if it gets out of the first round, Joe Riggs wins it, and but Hector could knock him out right away too.
Yeah.
I wanted to jump in on the fun pill conversation with I heard Ian talking about being fighting on pills, and I was just thinking that Gomi fight, the one that I got fighted the night before, dope sick as hell when I fought Gomi for that because of the same kind of pill addiction stuff.
What were you addicted to?
Oxys and then heroin and meth. I go right from oxys to heroin.
You ever do any fentanyl?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that shit's heavy.
What do you do?
Fentanyl.
Oh, you did fentanyl? Really? That's stuff that like killed Prince, right?
I don't know.
Kills everybody,
but it
bro.
kills everybody. The fentanyl's
kills everybody.
gnarly, dude. It's
the shit's no joke, man. It's that's when you're starting to see all the overdoses with people, it's mostly people who think they're getting whatever they usually either snort in pill form or shoot in heroin form, and then they do a little bit of fentanyl and it kills them. It's,
they make fake Roxys that look like them.
Now, how did you guys pass the drug tests?
Magic. No, you just detox for that last week, and it sucked. The last couple weeks, and then you. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to step on you, Ian.
No. I was just saying it's just you detox a little bit. That's it.
Yeah, and that's what when I fought Gomi, I was always kind of like I could get off of him a couple weeks out, but that Gomi fight, everything was getting really bad for me. And I remember I took my last, I snorted my last oxy right before I got on the plane to go out there on Tuesday. And so I was kicking that whole week when I was out there.
Wow.
That was a tough one.
Yeah, it's not a fun feeling to be cutting weight and kicking at the same time.
And I got to ask you, Isaac, and I'm not trying to glamorize or make fun of you, but I do have to ask, because I read your criminal report. When you were caught with a silencer, a gun, 8 different social security numbers, and 12 different IDs. But what were you doing?
Yeah, he was going to Toys R Us.
Crime.
What do you think?
Yeah.
But what do you need all those IDs for? Social security card.
I was a criminal, sir.
Yeah, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I was a junkie. I was doing what junkies do with shit like that.
Yeah, that's standard operating procedure, man. I knew so many guys in the joint that was like in there for like check fraud and weird, you know what I mean? Like he had all these social security. You were like doing identity theft or some shit, huh? To feed your addiction.
Well, so and listen, I did a lot of stuff, but the ID and stuff I actually found behind. As much as I would like to make my.
We gotta hear this. What happened?
Bro, I know.
No, wait. I feel like he's like robbing us right now of the interview.
Yeah.
Wait.
Agreed.
What? Isaac.
The fucking NSA
Ike,
got to him before.
Come back. What? No.
Man, he's out there in fucking the sticks where they got 2G.
How come he only gets internet in his truck?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know what is it about this show where everybody's got to fucking do the interview in the goddamn car.
But he has a house. Like
I know, but why
he's got
are
a
we?
big house.
No, this is your fault, Adam.
Does
This is
Albuquerque
your
not
fault,
have the
Adam.
internet? Like, what's going on
No,
here?
Adam. Every time we do an interview, we're not cool enough for them to sit at home and do
It's
it.
because it's this fucking stupid program where they have to log on to vmix.org.
You
What?
are
And so
fired.
what?
Speedy.
So they
Gonna
got-
fucking,
fired.
This guy's gonna relapse.
They
now.
got to go to
It's gonna be all
7-Eleven to fucking get a card for it.
This is gonna be like a 37 bank
See?
robbery.
No, I'm gonna have to contact him after this to explain, the addiction.
Oh, you're gonna get him on mushrooms?
Yeah, I'm gonna get him on
Brilliant.
mushrooms now, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
nice.
We're gonna rob banks together.
Can we-
Ride
Some
unicorns.
mushrooms in his bank robber's hat.
is this at the goal now to get former addicts on? All right, so wait, can we get
Yes,
him back
it works.
on?
I'm a former addict, and I have no.
You're different though, creepy.
I am different. I guess.
You're different, man. Just because
It
I've
works.
heard,
My
going
girlfriend's the
back
same
to
way.
that, I've heard about it. I've like read the studies.
No, you're
that-
not taking this, dude.
All right.
Go on.
No. But I read the studies, and what he's saying is backed by science.
It's.
That
I have
psilocybin-
sure he is, but you're not-
tons
you're
of
not good with this
scientific
stuff.
paperwork.
I can't piss hot right now, so yeah, I'm not doing.
So-
I wonder if they test me for mushrooms. I don't even know.
Dude, don't try to
They
figure
can't.
that out.
Okay.
I'm
No.
not,
Whoa,
I'm
whoa,
not.
whoa,
Can
okay.
we call Isaac back? Because I want to hear this fucking story.
Okay, and USADA does not test for psilocybin.
There's gonna be like 19 fighters that are gonna fail tomorrow.
No.
All right, here he is.
Listen,
Isaac.
everybody listen to me,
I
goddammit.
sort of
I know
see-
what
Dude,
I'm talking about.
I apologize. Sorry about that.
It's not your fault, man. So wait, where were you? You got cut off right where you had the silencer.
You said you found a bunch of.
You found a bunch of
Cards
or something.
So I had an ID and a social security card on me, and those were behind my gym that somebody else had dumped. He's pretty notorious for the junk, So I was doing other shady stuff for sure, but the identity theft, I always, and this is going to sound horrible, but I prided myself on, I would say corporations, not people. So
corporations, not people.
You're breaking up.
Yeah, he would rob corporations, not people.
No. All right. So he's like the Bernie Sanders of criminals. I get it. Yeah. That's cool. No.
Isaac, you back?
Hell no, bro.
Fuck,
he's
man.
out there in the sticks,
I think he's at
man.
he's in the woods looking for that girl that he went out
He
with that
is,
fucking thing
yeah.
with. Damn. Hello, Isaac?
Dude,
all
I'm
right.
so
Just
sorry.
brilliant.
Let's get him on next week again. Oh, here we go. All right. So you would pride yourself on robbing corporations, not people.
Is there not good internet at the Unabomber's Lodge?
Yeah, that's.
Brilliant.
There we go.
Yo,
Do you have dial-up? What the fuck is going on right now?
Kaczynski, there's 56K. He's running this shit off AOL online.
He has a modem in his tooth.
Tell
That fucking gap
Ted to
is
plug
what-
the modem in. Reset
Yeah,
it.
right.
My dial-up is not working correctly.
Put the
apparently.
antenna in between the gap in your teeth. It's fucking hold it. So, all right. All right. So, okay. So you would rob corporations, not people. So you're trying to rob a bank?
Right. Yeah, that was always my prideful thing, is that I wouldn't target people. You know what I mean? Just because I'm pretty working class, and I know the feeling of having or getting your tools or something stolen and not being able to work the next day. So, but the big corporations, it's a drop in the bucket for them, and they don't miss it. And that's not to justify what I'm not trying to justify that now. I'm just saying where I was at mentality wise when I was doing it.
Well, I'm happy you got no jail time, man. That's pretty awesome because
Yeah. That was carrying a pretty heavy sentence, and thankfully due to like a really good lawyer and doing the right thing, and kind of, it was kind of a good thing. It was a pushback in the recovery that I needed, nothing like the motivation of spending several years in prison to kind of push you back in,
Now, how did they keep you away from John Jones? Because I would think you guys together would be like a.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that. I still, I still have to live in this town.
Now I know that Jackson. I know you got banned from Jackson's. Did they ever let you back in?
So I've been going over the Acma gym. I didn't get banned from it, but I burned bridges, man. Like the way, addiction does. I'm sure Mayhem can speak to this too. I'm sure, and I don't mean to throw you under the bridge, but or under the bus, but I mean, like, we burn bridges when we're running and gunning,
I didn't just burn them. I exploded them motherfuckers behind me and didn't even look back. Yeah.
He actually reached out to me and he said, "How's Mayhem doing?" The first week you were out.
I appreciate the vibe. Shit.
Yeah.
It's at the end of the day, it's one person looking out for another, and that's kind of like selfishly, it's kind of what keeps me clean too. That connection. So trying to build connections like that. I talk to a lot of guys and other fighters who are in recovery too.
So speaking of guys that might need help, Diego Sanchez, right? Are you training with Diego? I heard he left the gym and hired like a porn star to coach him or something.
I don't know where Diego.
What?
I don't know what Diego's doing. He's doing he's got a breathing coach, and look, Diego's always been batshit crazy, right? And that's one of the things that makes Diego great is that he's batshit crazy.
Certifiably fucking crazy.
Yeah, but it's one of the things that makes him believe in himself more than anything. I think all fighters, right, is that we're gonna go get into a fist fight and we're like, fuck yeah, this is a good idea. Well, he takes that to the extreme, and he's got a breathing coach that's doing something for him. I don't know what it is. But...
Now, Cerrone left Jackson's. He said the thing became like it was crazy. For $100, you could roll with Holly Holm. There was a wrestling coach that was learning moves the night before. It got really bad. Is there any truth to any of that, or what's going on? Tell us the truth.
I love Mike Winklejohn. I love Cowboy Cerrone. Neither one of I've actually gone out to Cowboys and trained a couple times and seen them around and stuff. But gyms, like I've said in the past, man, gyms need to make money, and finding the midway point between making money and keeping kind of the grassroots like tough fighter feeling is a hard thing to do. That's my political way of staying in the middle on that, and in Albuquerque it's even harder to do,
Yeah.
It's not like a high income area like Orange County or something where you have a gym on every corner, but you also have millionaires on every corner. It's a tough fighting town, and Wink is trying to figure out a way to make that work here.
Of course.
And Cowboys, Cowboys trying to, when you have professionals trying to stay focused and get ready for a fight, it comes to a head at some point.
Now, I was reading your bio. It said you got into a lot of trouble growing up, like in high school. What did you do?
There's, fights and stuff like that. Fuck, you saw my last arrest. Imagine when I was a kid and didn't have any filter,
Yeah, but you seem like such a nice guy. Like you're a family guy. You got kids. You got a wife. You're a man's man. Like. I don't know. It's hard for me to picture you being I don't know.
There's a lot of
maniac.
Yeah. So like anything, there's a dichotomy to everybody, right? And I know these two guys who are sitting next to you can speak to this too. Is like there's definitely a side of me that's a very nice family person, but there's a side of me that at some point I was a fucking animal of some sort and probably should have been locked up, Thankfully I wasn't, and when I'm not getting high and trying to get dope and fucking not being a stupid kid, I'm a lot better person, and it's some of that experience is what made me into the nice person that I am,
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Oh, bless his heart.
What a great guy.
Yeah, I agree.
Now I heard you have a gym now for recovering fighters.
To kind of shut it down because I'm again running a gym in this town is tiring, and I want to enjoy the last little bit of my fighting career before I just stop altogether. Now
your wife was very upset about bare knuckle boxing. She thought it was a fad. But now you're undefeated. Is she coming along for the ride? Have you won her over yet?
As much as she's never going to go to one of my fights and still doesn't like it, yeah. I mean,
good.
You know, she also knows that I love to do it, and she sees fighting as a positive thing for me. You know, so she's along for the ride as much as she can be. You know.
What's the last big box purchase that you got her? A couch?
No. Well, I just I bought another car recently for myself. I don't know if that counts for her, but
way to go! Give yourself a present to help her out. I hear you.
He definitely didn't get her Wi-Fi.
I made her bathroom. So
nice. There you go. Now, how's the pay in bare knuckle boxing compared to the UFC?
It's decent. I mean, it's not UFC. It's not quite UFC money, but they're paying good. You know, I think Dave Feldman's in this place where he wants to pay his fighters better, but there's just the market's not the same. You know, there was a point in time MMA fighters weren't getting paid or getting paid a couple $100 to fight, and because of the success MMA has had, bare knuckle is is a little bit better paydays because it's not starting from scratch like I think MMA was. You know, we have other combat sports I don't want to say pigtail off of, but pigtail off of, you know?
Right. Nice.
The paydays are decent, you know, and it's building a business, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, I wouldn't be doing it if it was a shitty payday, you know? Man, getting punched in the face bare knuckles with the amount of stuff that happens to you is not good. So
when it comes to technique, I see you guys punching like you have gloves on. It's kind of fucking crazy. Do you study any old timey bare knuckle boxing, pikey boxing, kind of, you know, high elbow guard sort of stuff? Or do you just go out boxing?
Well, I go out. I had a lot of conversation with Cub about this, Cub Swanson, and it's kind of like I'll go out and burn around because they're 2-minute rounds just to figure out where I punch people that it's not going to hurt my hands. You know, so my first rounds generally aren't the greatest because, you know, I'm trying to not break my hair about my face. I mean, it's pretty ugly and I don't have a tooth, but I'm worried about my hands, you know.
Wow.
So I'll burn around trying to figure out where I can punch, where their guard is, so I don't hit elbows and things like that, and where my guard needs to be.
That's
again,
crazy.
You know, we thought was so.
Wow.
And it doesn't sound like the smartest way.
What were you saying, man?
Sorry.
No, I was just gonna ask, do you know, have there been a lot of injuries to the hands so far in the bare knuckle boxing community? I always worry about that too. I'm thinking about it because, you know, I broke my hand with the gloves on, you know, because the gloves I didn't have my thumb wrapped properly, and it broke my damn thumb before, my other thumb too. You know, you could break your hand pretty easy even with good wraps and a glove. So, you know, how's that? I mean, I know that's dangerous, but have you heard of other guys?
Yeah, Crazy Horse broke his hands.
Oh, really?
I think Gallard broke his hand.
Wow.
Melvin broke his hand. I fractured one of my knuckles, but again, that's why. Look, everybody thinks they're going to go out and smash somebody with bare knuckles because it's those, right? But I am more conservative with my punches than I am even with gloves on, you know. You know, with gloves on, you kind of caution and you do break your hands a little bit. But I think if you're smart about it, you can take less injuries. You can take less injuries to the hand, right? I mean, I'm still punching somebody in the skull barefisted, so. You know, and I think that shows the importance to body work in the sport too. I think body work is going to be key for the sport in the long run.
Have you called out Hick Diaz or Johnny Bedford? Are those guys too small for you?
Bedford's too small for me. I'm not, man. I hate the calling out and the shing. I just like fighting people, and but I told Jason's man to fight him. I mean, I'm to do that.
Jason Knight.
You know, the Hick Diaz. Yeah, Jason Knight, Hick Diaz. You know, Jason's a tough dude. I think we put on a good fight, but at this point, you know, he's 1-1. I wanted to fight Artem when he was first into it. I fought I think guys like Gomi and Eves are more dangerous than these guys who are in this sport. So I'm not afraid to fight anybody, you know. It's just a matter of again, I'm old and not marketable apparently, so they don't want me to fight their young studs and beat them.
I don't know. You're pretty marketable to me, man. Like, yeah. That it's crazy with bare knuckle though, because it seems like it becomes almost like a hockey fight. They grab the back of the neck and just start like.
Yeah, how do you work these techniques? I'm interested because you had so much success, like in bare knuckle. Like, how do you train for this exactly? Because I figure, you know, the techniques are different with gloves. You can't hang on to the guy, you know what I mean, as well. Like, how do you drill? Like, how do you train? Because I have no idea. I haven't seen anybody train for it.
I think I've been lucky. I just box and then rely on what clinch game I have. Instead of throwing elbows, I just try to find different angles for my punches that aren't going to hurt my hand. You know, I mean, really, I don't think there's any secret to it. And then try to do some different side on the when I get inside to hit different angles, because being 50-50 with a guy can still be kind of rough on you if you're hitting. Yeah. If you're hitting elbow. So I'm trying to figure out ways to go.
So you just do 16s. You just wear 16s and then do like clinch boxing like that? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, even not even. So I do clinch. I mean, MMA, I like to clinch, right? And boxing, you can't clinch. So when I get, instead of staying 50-50 with a guy like you'll see boxers do and go glove to glove and look for stuff, I'll try to hit angles and find space in where my fist.
Yeah, but they let you clench. They let you clench up in the bare knuckle boxing. Am I wrong? I thought I saw that. I saw guys like
they do, but I'm just saying with boxing gloves on, you can't really do that, right?
I know.
I'm just trying to find little spaces and rely on like that. My clinch is going to be the same, and then I'll work with my coach on like little stuff about where to fit shit in. And, you know, poofy gloves are about the size of a fist, those combat sports gloves. Yeah. And you can still figure some stuff out. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a new sport. And so I'm relying on a lot of stuff that I learned from MMA and boxing to try to correlate between this to that sport. If that, you know?
I feel like you take a better punch bare knuckle than you do with your gloves on, because I've seen you get rocked with gloves on, but not with bare knuckle.
Yeah. Well, thankfully Melvin didn't connect solid, because that dude hits. I mean, I've been hit by him in the gym with that fucker hits, you know. Yeah. I'm just lucky that I'm kind of learning how to move my head a little bit more and roll with some punches, because, you know, sitting there taking shots bare knuckle, bad for your face, you know, bad for your head.
Fuck, man. So, and then where are you right now? What do you do during the day? What kind of job do you have?
Do home remodels. So I'm actually on my lunch break right now, and but we're making a skylight into not a skylight, essentially. But nice. We do you know, like any kind of home remodels or whatever.
I love it. You're a man's man.
So, man.
Where can people follow you?
Twitter, IkeBF, and then Instagram, same thing. I think I follow both those guys already, and they follow me too. But
nice.
Yeah.
Well, Isaac, you're the man. Keep up the good work. Anytime, brother. Anytime. And good luck in your next fight.
Sorry about my shitty.
It's all good, man. Don't feel bad and relapse. It's okay. It's all good.
Yeah. Hey, you guys should totally plug at bare knuckle for me and try to get me a fight. Cause fuck, man, I want to punch somebody in the face. This is ridiculous.
No, I'll do that, man. I got a call with Feldman here pretty soon. I'll talk to him about it. I want to be at your fight.
I think Feldman hates me. What's that?
I would like to be at your next fight, man. It would be great. It would be really great to see you live.
It'd be good to see you too, man. I heard they might be talking to you a little bit too.
Party.
Absolutely. All right, take care, brother.
Yeah.
See you, man.
Good, man.
Isaac Vallie-Flagg. Good dude, huh?
Yeah, cool. Nice. That guy's great. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a bigger fan than I was before.
Damn.
I've followed him forever. He's a good guy.
It's a real fucking like a blue collar, like just.
Yeah, I know. Fucking no tooth is just, oh my God.
Yeah, it's just a man's man.
Just a man's man wearing flannel. And he smells like sawdust.
Like if I had a son, I wanted him to be like that guy. Well, minus the whole you know,
the tooth thing and
Social Security cards and rifle and stuff. But just a you know, that guy. He's just a good dude.
It's a good man.
Good dude. So let's talk about some fights coming up. Because this is a fighting podcast.
Yeah! I thought this was a fucking drug recovery podcast.
All right, so Joanna Janczak, last week we talked about...
Janczak?
She said that... Janczak, I think?
Yeah, that's it.
I think she talked about, you know, she was like 12-0, and she lost like 2 out of 3. She said she had a bad relationship. Her fiance cheated on her. Her manager stole her money, and that affected her fighting a lot. And I was thinking, you guys ever get bad relationships that fucked up your...
That's all I had was bad relationships.
But did it mess up your fights, you think?
Oh, dude, yeah. Inviting my ex-girlfriend out to before I fought Lineker. Like, she got there the day before the fight, and I was just, man,
what happened?
Just a mental mind fuck. It wasn't, I mean, I flew her out.
You just got to a fight the night before?
Just shitty vibes, fights, whatever, just awkward, you know, we were broken. It's just always crazy something with some crazy ex-girlfriend.
So you broke it up, you fought your ex-girlfriend to watch you fight the night before?
Yeah.
That would be because you wanted to sleep with her? You wanted to see her? You wanted to win her over?
It's just you're like used to her, and
I'm just a fucking gross idiot where I think like, oh, this is a good idea, yeah.
Because you won fights with her in your corner, and you thought maybe if she's there, you'll win this fight.
No, I didn't. She had nothing to do with me winning.
So why would you fly your ex-girlfriend to Japan?
Because at that time I was 6. It wasn't Japan.
Where was it?
No, this was in Vegas.
Oh, Vegas.
And then even, you know, when I was in Japan, another unhealthy relationship. When I was with the WWE diva.
Wow.
That was a fucking unhealthy bullshit.
What happened there?
It's just all that Oxycontin type stuff.
Well, didn't she also bang a lot of the WWE guys, and then they were like giving you a hard time?
Oh yeah, she cheated on me with Alberto Del Rio.
Really? The one that Tito just fought?
Yes, and you know, whatever. He fucking that kicked her out. I think it's the first time I've said this on air.
Party.
Isn't the guy married?
Yeah.
Nah. You're outing this motherfucker.
This was the thing. She would tell me how big of a piece of shit he is, how much fun he is, but how big of a piece of shit is with hookers and drugs and all this shit. And then that's and publicly, where I had some famous fighters who, you know, we know everybody, so whatever, they're just friends, reach out and go, hey.
Your girl was cheating with you with Alberto Del Rio?
Yeah, why did I find out?
Did he have the mask on while he was banging her?
Probably, I hope so.
Wow.
I hope so.
Crazy.
I mean, I would always wear the scream mask. But I'm getting calls from people who work for Combates, not anymore, but they used to work for Combates, and hey, why am I not allowed to call my CEO's hotel because your wife's up there, or as my fiance at the time? And I was like, I don't know.
You found out she was cheating. Did you break up with her? Was that it?
Yeah. I had already asked her to leave a few times and she wouldn't leave. So.
But tell the truth, you were cheating on her too. No.
No.
Wow.
And then have you had bad relationships that affect your fights?
No, never.
Really?
What do you think, bro? Of course. Listen, man.
He's the epitome of health and wellness.
Yeah.
But I've always met the times you've had girlfriends.
No, I know. The times I've had girlfriends, yeah, you're right.
I felt like you were pretty stable with them.
You're right, yeah.
I mean, aside from the threesomes and stuff that you had them do with you, but I felt like
sex.
But I felt like you I don't know, like Miss Jack. Well, I don't want to talk about her name, but she seemed like you guys seemed pretty tight.
Yeah.
And then Kathy.
Oh yeah.
Right,
yeah.
except for the time you beat up her boyfriend in Hawaii or something. Or...
Yeah. So. Look, bro, I'm not. Look, if you're looking to me as the gold standard of like good relationships, you're wrong, bro. You're completely wrong. I made a ton of mistakes. You know what I mean? I just like got lost in the sauce for a long time and was just doing crazy shit, and then like dating crazy. I mean,
but didn't you what? Now there's a famous story of you fighting, I think the girl in Hawaii's boyfriend, and you came in and like he held his own. Like,
bro, I didn't even know the dude was there. He jumped on top of me out of nowhere. I know, it was crazy, yeah. That was like a crazy one, bro.
But that was a win for like the average man. That like, but he took on Mayhem.
Yeah. Well, no, but I didn't even try to fight this dude. I was just shocked that there was a dude in the damn house. It was a crazy one. I was like, what the fuck? I was surprised.
So you came in and you're like, honey, I'm home. And then some guy jumps out of the fucking bushes. Like,
bro, this imagination.
You're like, what are you doing here? He's like, I live here.
Yeah. I know. Like, you live here too? We're like two Spider-Mans pointing at each other. Yeah, I know.
Legendary, dude.
Wait, so what
Legendary.
happened?
Bro, you nailed it. You nailed it.
I heard that you came to see her. This guy hops out of from the couch.
Yeah.
And then he was like a college wrestler or something.
Yeah, and we like broke through the thing, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was confused. And he was confused.
But you guys were but he was holding his own a little bit.
And that was it.
Were you waiting to put him in like a triangle from the
No,
bottom?
I just was like, "What the fuck?" Like, I got to get out of here. Like,
oh,
what?
so you just left?
Yeah, I just left. I was
was he like a win for Hawaii?
Did he score a takedown? Did he get 2
points? Yeah, for sure.
Did he win?
You lost?
Well, because I wasn't fighting. I didn't even know I was
Still
in
a
a fight.
still a loss.
Yeah, it's still a loss. Yeah, it was like a weird. Yeah, that was a weird one, bro. Like, that was just like the nightmare of drinking and drugs and this kind of thing. I mean, I recommend anybody who's thinking about doing that, don't.
No, I'm telling you, when you're not expecting a fight, it's because I was in my elevator one time with my ex, who was like one of those girls that like to see drama with her ex-boyfriend.
Of course.
She's one of these girls that she's like, my ex-boyfriend punched me and the guy before him punched me, and I was like, what an asshole, fuck him. But then she would get in your face and be like, oh, what are you gonna do, punch me? And I could see how a weaker man or some fucking idiot would take the bait, which I never did. But she was one of those girls that just liked drama. So we walk my dog, who's already we do Runyon, and I'm trying to get him away from other dogs. He's attacking every dog. So we get back, and I'm already at whatever, and there's some guys letting his dog shit just fucking all over the front of the building. And I'm like, you're gonna clean that up, aren't you? Which I should have said nothing. Should have left my fucking. So then I get in the elevator, and his dog, off the leash, runs in and attacks my dog. So I'm breaking up this dog fight, and then his dog's mauling my dog, which was used as bait for pit bull. So I'm already like, what the fuck? And then this huge black dude runs in. I'm like, why is your dog off the fucking leash? He's like, it's not my dog. I'm just watching it. I'm like, well, why aren't you watching it? And then I pushed him, which I should have done. I was like, fucking. And then the guy cracks me. So I'm like, oh shit. So then I start swinging, and I'm missing every punch. I'm fighting Mayweather in the fucking elevator. So then I'm like, all right.
Wait, you're in an elevator and can't connect with the punch?
Well, it was like.
Would you do better inside a phone
I'm
booth?
right outside the elevator. It's outside the elevator. He's outside. So then I'm like, all right. So then he cracks me again. My tooth a fake tooth comes out. So I put him in a headlock.
Bummer.
Put him in a headlock, right? A standing headlock, and I'm trying to just bulldog choke him. And he's like, get off me, or I'm gonna have you killed. I'm like, you can't
have me killed.
Yeah, you're gonna say it during the fight, make these fucking threats, right? And then it gets broken up, and then I just shot a double leg, finally.
Nice.
And then he bottomed out, and I cracked him, and then my dog bit up his leg.
Nice.
His dog ran out of the elevator, and then my ex was kicking him. So it was the three of us.
I remember you called me right after that incident.
It was so funny.
Out of breath, literally out of breath. Oh, hey Mayhem, I just got in a fight and the guy punched me in the face and I shot a double leg.
And then my ex was like, he fucked you up. I'm like, thanks, that's what you want to hear.
Yeah.
But she didn't give me a blowjob that night. Anyway,
God bless her.
The point was I wasn't expecting it. All right, so what are we talking about?
My favorite thing about this podcast is right when we're about to talk about MMA fights, we go on a 30-minute detour talking about our fucked up
ends in blowjobs.
Yeah, ends in blowjobs, and then
It's
all right.
a good ending.
So all right, let's talk about some random feuds. Last week, so Mike Perry, Mike Perry.
Yeah.
He got into a Twitter war with Michael Jai White.
Oh, what was that about? I heard about it, but I didn't.
So Michael Jai White said that
when
when he was training Kimbo on a movie, that Kimbo was getting frustrated because Michael Jai White was showing him moves.
Awesome.
And Kimbo couldn't get it.
Well, Kimbo's not a fucking martial arts like that.
You think he sucked?
Nah, Kimbo was just
wasn't
a
that
brawler.
good.
He wasn't like a traditional martial artist.
No,
he
exactly.
Was
Jai White's a fucking legit martial artist.
So Mike Perry took.
I don't know if he can fight.
So Mike Perry took. Well, he's supposedly a big kickboxing champion or won some tournament.
What? No.
Michael Jai White just said.
No. People say kickboxing champion,
but that means
and they mean or they say fucking Stephen Thompson is 50-0 in kickboxing. I'm like, who did you fight?
No, I was there. No, listen. Back in the day, I used to live at his house or at his dad's house, and there was a bunch. You got to think
and
about
nothing
it.
against him, but I'm just saying real fucking kickboxing. Go to Glory.
You ever been to Ralph's? You ever been to Ralph's? Okay. And then next door is the United Arts of Studios and Self-Defense. Well, their champion would fight Stephen Thompson. You know what I'm saying?
But he was 117-0. But you can tell Stephen Thompson is a world-class kickboxer.
He's amazing, but I'm just saying the record is bullshit. Because you can't say kickboxing if you're not doing Muay Thai or fighting guys like fucking...
Above the waist kickboxing.
Yeah, like we're talking... You've seen Glory.
Like
have you seen Glory in person?
It's like point karate.
I mean, not really. No.
Two dudes bludgeon each other. Just take turns fucking each other up at the highest levels.
Yeah.
And then you see guys like Raymond Daniels, and he would run in, who is amazing. He's obviously has, both of them have incredible actual kickboxing mixed in with everything else, Muay Thai, but someone who's so perfect with their Muay Thai will take those guys apart.
Take Raymond Daniels apart?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought Raymond Daniels was like next level. I don't know much about.
Yeah, he's up there, but I'm saying those guys that karate shit. When it comes down to technique,
so a guy like Joe Schilling.
But once
Joe Schilling,
the sport totally changes when you like take away leg kicks.
Yes.
I mean, they try to make it so it's more exciting, where like you go above the waist only, and so like I don't know, they were trying to make so that these traditional martial arts guys can do spin kicks and whatnot. But the reality is, if you can kick the dude's legs, it's a completely different sport. It like changes the whole thing, you know.
And they can't spin around if you're fucking chopping their legs up. And that's what you know, like a lot of the Dutch guys will do. And again, you know, fucking Raymond's won all kinds of titles. But I'm saying, most of the time, 99.9% of the time, you get a really good kickboxer and Muay Thai fighter will just chip away at those guys.
How good was Remy Boljanski? That guy was my favorite.
He was rad.
Awesome.
So anyway, Michael Jai White. I just want.
So Michael Jai White.
So he actually responded to Mike Perry. He said, maybe if Mike Perry learned my prison movie technique, he wouldn't be ranked number 20. I got no time for playground callouts, brother. But holla when you come through, and maybe I'll have time to give you a personal demo. Just DM me, bro.
Time out.
It ain't
Michael
really that
Jai
hard.
White just called out.
Like,
hey, this isn't a movie, son.
Who do you think would win, Mike Perry or Michael Jai White?
Mike Perry will fuck him up. That crazy ass. That guy's nuts. I love it.
Who do you think would win, Fedor or Steven Seagal?
Well, now we're talking about like celebrity fights. We talked about it last week.
Exactly. He's a fucking celebrity martial artist.
Rogan wanted to fight Wesley Snipes?
Yeah.
Who would have won that fight? Rogan, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't know. There's only one way to find out. There's only one way to find out in the octagon.
Yeah.
Are
you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
All I know is
Somebody might die.
Wesley Snipes wouldn't even shake my hand. He was just like this. He was standing like with his kung fu hands.
When was that?
I don't know. We were at a nightclub one night, and he just kept like putting his hands together like Ching Chong style, and kept like ducking at me like this. And I was like, "What are you doing?" No, I don't know.
He was on a lot of ecstasy.
Were there a lot of Asian girls around? He was like,
yeah, it was some night.
Were you guys competing over Asian women?
I don't know. I guess apparently he was winning because he was doing the Hong Kong hands. Fucking pray for Hong Kong. I don't know what the hell that was.
Now, who would have won, you think? So people think Rogan would have fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, look, but back then, Rogan didn't know. I mean, you know what? I'm definitely giving a nod to Rogan, for sure. He would have whooped Wesley Snipes' ass.
Yeah.
You know, now that I think about it. Because Rogan had a good base with his taekwondo.
And he was already a black belt guy.
But I mean, yeah. Wesley Snipes.
Because then Mario Lopez won
his
Rogan.
blade.
Mario Lopez, who was a wrestler in high school.
Rogan versus Mario Lopez.
Lopez could box.
I'm giving. You know what? Ooh.
I heard
he's a good boxer.
Because of the
wrestler.
10th planet skills, I'm giving a slight edge to Rogan again.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think he's gonna have to take it to the later rounds because Mario Lopez, he's got extra power.
All those pretty muscles.
He was a state champ wrestler too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what has he been doing except talking to celebrities? Or why Joe Rogan's swinging kettlebells, drinking CBD oil,
drinking CBD,
smoking DMT and eating elk, and just fucking shit up.
No, he says that his gut is from carbs. He has like a carb gut.
Who?
Rogan. Anyway.
Carb gut? What?
I don't know.
How did we get to a carb gut?
Anyway, so let's talk about.
Because this motherfucker's been looking at Twitter all the time.
You've been jerking off with Joe Rogan again.
No, I'm not jerking off. Not again. All right, so let's talk about another fight. Dana White, when he wanted to box Tito. Remember that?
Do I remember? Yeah.
Who would have won that boxing match?
I don't know. It looked like Dana White was training like Rocky, bro. I feel like maybe Dana would have won that fight. I don't know. Because Tito at the time was just like partying, like not giving a fuck. But to be fair, it wouldn't have been fair because while Dana White was training his ass off, fucking, you know what I mean, lifting weights, running upstairs, hitting pads, fucking 8 hours a day. Tito was just chilling. Like,
have you seen
and he
Dana
just
boxing?
sprung it
Have you
on
seen
him.
Dana box?
Nah, I don't, I don't think Dana is a great boxer or anything, but I'm just saying, compared to Tito, who was just sitting on the couch doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just like,
Tito,
it was sneaky. It's like, if I'm training for 6 weeks and then I give you, I give you 15 minutes notice that we're going to have a boxing fight, of course they're going to win.
But wasn't Tito the champion back then? Or like, wasn't he like one of the best fighters back then?
More than likely, Tito would have beat his ass. But if there was ever a time to win, you know what I'm saying? Is there ever a time to win? It would have been that day. Yeah.
Did you guys see the ESPN 30 for 30?
Nah,
on Chuck and Tito?
Oh yeah, I saw the interview with them like sitting next to each other.
That whole episode had UFC's hand up its ass, so just mouthing everything.
I know.
I mean, and when you look back on that, it was a really cool time to be a part of all that. I was ringside for all three of those fights. You know, like
now, you were part of like Chuck's entourage.
Yeah.
Now I heard that there was like tons of women and cocaine.
It was, dude, at 19 years old, I'm in Vegas, no ID, and like if I didn't get into a nightclub, Chuck would be like, all right, you two, here, there's a bottle of Cristal in the room, and they come in a couple hours later, and I'm fucking squirting, champagne all over Chuck's titties. I'm like, yeah, I got, what's up, guys? Come in.
You're 19 years old.
Oh, from
were you banging the strippers back then? And like,
oh yeah,
and like that Chuck was
playmates, porn stars, all kinds of shit. It was wild back then.
And Chuck was just tossing them to you, or like
yeah, or he like if I didn't pull something, like one of us would just walk in the room, just jerking off. And then the chicks always go.
You can't come to my party.
The chicks always go. This is a long time ago. I used to be a sex addict.
Wait,
so
you'd walk in the rooms jerking off?
that's a game that everyone always plays. And
you're outside the door chubbing it up. I don't even.
Yeah, no, you just walk in naked and just start beating off, and they're always like, "Oh, your friends are like, yeah, like, are you into that?" Like, yeah, sure, whatever, suck his dick.
Okay, so
and then it just happens.
All right,
like
so he'd have one girl or two girls.
The interview that Chuck had,
yeah,
where he was in an orgy.
Yeah.
In the book, he writes about it in his book. My mom goes, "Hey, how many of these stories were you in?" And I was like, "Oh, what do you mean?" She's like the orgy on the phone while he was doing an interview, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I was there."
Wow. Okay. So Chuck has two girls in the room.
Or three. One, or
you
whatever.
You walk in the room jerking off. Is this where you got the Uncle Creepy nickname?
No, this was encouraged by our groups of friends. Just give me like 5 minutes.
You walk in jerking off, and then people would be like, "Who's that weird guy?" And then they're like, and Chuck could be like, "Go take care of him."
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That ever happened to you?
No,
that's the guy that brought me up from 19 on to now to he's one of my best friends. So you realize why I had the weird mindset.
I have a lot of best friends. I've never walked in jerking off to their room before. Like,
it's just everyone likes a good orgy or gangbang, whatever.
Wow.
It's just very unhealthy.
Segue from that. So
what, you would Rampage back in your Pride days? Never.
No, I never was jerking off outside the room. Chubbing it up, getting it ready to go.
Just starting a fire.
Yeah. I never really got. I don't know. Call me a prude. Call me a prude.
We had a lot.
I just don't want to jerk off in front of my friends. You know what I mean? Like, no need. You know what I'm saying?
You're not just jerking off. You're getting, you want to go fuck.
No, I get it. Yeah. I get it. I mean, do you guys like put a cardboard barrier between the girl? Like
no. Our nuts have clanged like church bells, I'm sure.
Really? You and Chuck Liddell's nuts have clanged?
Obviously they have, because maybe I don't know.
Like, did he ever teabag you by accident?
Probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so
I've been really close to his balls.
All right, let's talk about Cerrone versus Conor this week.
It's about damn time. I thought we were never. I'm too tired to make a prediction now.
Yeah, I need to talk about this.
Wait, let me go jerk off in the hallway real quick.
It's called the hallway huck.
It's called the hallway.
A hallway huck.
There's a name for this?
Yeah, hallway huck, and you. Oh man, there was.
What do you do? Like, look at your phone? Oh wait, this is back in the day. You didn't even have phone porn.
Oh no!
What are you doing? Like carrying around fucking?
No. We just know the game. We're also fucked up that if we didn't set up an orgy in the first place,
yeah.
Then the other ones, or if let's say if Chuck and I had a couple girls in the room, then someone else would walk in.
Who else? It's you,
Antonio
McKee.
No, Benuelos.
Antonio Benuelos.
It was usually us three.
And then Bruce Buffer, was he with you guys?
No, I've never seen Bruce get weird, like that weird.
Okay.
But he always has like a limo full of chicks. It's fucking hilarious. You know how Bruce is.
So, all right, Cerrone versus Conor. Now, I want Cerrone to win this fight. I'm really hoping it. I do wonder if they handpicked Conor because he's lost 6 of his last 10. Granted, he lost to all monsters, you know.
Wait. Cerrone lost 6-10?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But he still has lost 6 out of his last 10. And I wonder if his chin, because he seems to be getting tagged and going down early. Like, I mean, from experience, like, when you get hit once and get knocked down, is your chin kind of...
Yeah, it does, but I didn't want to test that theory, so I just stopped fighting after Horiguchi knocked me out. And I just, there was multiple things that made me quit, but that's one of them. I was like, I'm not getting this button pushed again. I already died of a drug overdose. I hit my head snowboarding really bad. I was in the hospital for a couple days. Constant, since getting punched since I was 4. I did martial arts my whole life, and
Who do you think wins this fight?
Man. I think Conor's going to snatch it. He'll catch lightning in a bottle like he usually does, or like he's been known to do. Because again, I like Cowboy a lot. Cowboy's, I love that guy. Everyone who knows him thinks he's fucking incredible. But yeah, we'll see if that wears. Because Conor has that insane power, that insane reach. If Conor obviously doesn't win early, he's going to lose. He's going to get picked apart.
I mean, yeah, you nailed it. I mean, that was exactly what I'm saying. Does everybody here think that Conor's going to win? Yeah. Does the whole internet think Conor's going to win?
I think everyone thinks that.
Then fuck it, I'm going the other way.
Favorite.
What?
He's like a minus like 360 favorite.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, then, you know what? I'm leaning towards Cerrone then.
Well,
I feel like the underdog can make it happen. But I just think that the jabs and I think it'll turn into like kind of a kickboxing thing where he like does some push kicks early and
then comes up top.
Yeah, he does that sneaky kick he does. Cerrone can keep the distance early on because everybody's forgetting that this is the first time that Conor has stepped up to this weight.
No, he's fought at 174.
With Diaz, my bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, in that fight, look what happened. The Diaz, the weight came into play. You know what I'm saying?
He knocked him down like 3 times though.
It's true. Round. No, it's like I said, it's not a lock. That's for sure. But I think also too, I got that same thing that Cerrone yay, go Cerrone, and plus everybody's counting him out, kind of.
I know.
So I have that underdog kind of thing in my head.
You ever train with him?
Yeah, no, I never trained. No,
you ever trained with Cerrone?
Nope. But think about this. So Conor shines in high stress situations. Donald doesn't. But he'll shine when it's not when it doesn't have title implications on the line. Yeah. But now it does have title implications on the line. I don't. That's what worries me is more the mental aspect of it. That's
Green Dog.
I think Cerrone definitely has more tools than McGregor, but I think McGregor, I think he actually wants to win this time because he knows if he loses, you're pretty much fucked.
You have an InfoWars hat on right now, by the way.
Yeah, nice.
Alex Jones, InfoWars, Trump 2020.
Yes.
Now, by the way, how's your anal blasting career going?
It's pretty good. I'm glad we're stopping the Conor McGregor talk to talk about anal blasting.
Now, out of Conor McGregor or Cerrone, who do you think would be more likely to jerk off in the hallway?
If I was having sex with a girl and one of them, there was 2 hallways. Who would come in first? If there's 2 hallways, doors entering my main suite.
Hi, it's open in the morning. I'm out here pounding my pud.
Yeah, absolutely.
It seems like something like that McGregor would do because
Cowboy would walk into from Kid Rock. I'm a cowboy.
He's way more.
And then
run.
He's way more sensitive. Like Cowboy, the first thing he ever said to me was, "Roast me and I'll fuck you up." That was the first. Nice. And then we became friends. He came to my show and he was nice, but I was like, "All right, you got it, buddy. No problem."
You win. Don't
so everything good with you? But we didn't talk about your sex life at
Dude, I'm very relieved right now because I just got over. Me and the girl got over a pregnancy scare.
Oh man,
wow,
dude.
What happened?
Hey, kids are permanent. Be careful.
Not my kid. He ain't gonna last that 9 months, dude. You ain't gonna last.
Oh, smush.
What are you gonna beat him up?
No, he's got a coat hanger. You know what I mean? No.
So my girlfriend, her period, she didn't get her period for like 2 weeks, like 2 weeks after she was supposed to get it. So we're like freaking out. I'm like, it's no big deal. I know.
Don't you only bang her in the butt?
No. But I don't wear condoms.
Yeah.
Condoms are stupid. So I never camed in her, you know. I never came inside of her, so I know, you know, she's not pregnant, whatever. But then the more and more days go by.
Who was coming in her? That's the question.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
Right.
The more days go by, the more nervous you get because, you know, she's still not getting her period. So I'm like, all right, I got to figure out something to do. So I go on the internet, you know, and I type in, you know, how do you induce a period? And there's all these like, you know, vegan like lists.
Period
like,
is not the word you're looking for, bud.
There's like, you know, like you can eat a pineapple, you can, you know, eat cinnamon or whatever, your period will start. But at the very bottom of the list, it says sex can induce a period.
Right.
You know, having an orgasm.
I think my girlfriend's pregnant. Let me have sex with her and make sure she's not.
Dude. And that's exactly what I did. So I'm like, come over, let's do a nice finger blasting session. Let's, you know, let's hope that this works. This is like our last resort, and then we got to go to like the gynecologist or whatever the hell it's called.
Gynecologist.
Yeah.
Doesn't he sponsor this show?
The gynecologist?
Yeah.
Gino, get in here.
Aren't you in college?
I am in college. I'm about to graduate.
Go on. So what else?
So she comes over. We have a wonderful night of, you know, of blasting this, blasting that. I mean, I'm blasting, she's blasting, and then.
But are you blasting inside?
No.
What do you mean she's
Because you already think she's pregnant, so why not?
Wait, she's figure banging you too?
I mean, no.
How many?
Not because we like that night.
Not that night.
It was like we had a job to do. I had a job to do. You know, I gotta make her.
You gotta shake that baby loose.
I gotta get that baby out of there, and I gotta make her bleed out of her vagina. So
Right. So what happened?
So I made it. You know, I blasted her, and she had an orgasm. And then the next morning, she tells me, "Dude, I started my period."
Oh, wow.
I'm like, "Well, freaking God, dude."
Yeah, you're a god, man.
No baby over here.
Not that good dick.
Yeah.
Baby, your dick's strong. Your baby killing dick's strong.
Man,
It's
have you
very
hear
strong.
crazy stories here or in jail?
Here.
All right. So, all right. Now, Connor said after he beats Cerrone, he wants Usman and Colby next.
That's
Colby
a tall
Covington
order.
or Usman.
I feel like fine. Let him fight Colby Covington. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Work his way back up, make a name. You know what I'm saying? If it goes down like
Make
that.
Colby look like even more of a dick. It'll make Connor look good because everyone hates Colby.
I don't
know
think
about
so.
that.
I don't think so. I think a lot of people, the loud people, they hate Kobe, but the people who are quietly running this country right now, the real Illuminati, they love Kobe.
I understand what he's saying because I was at the fight, and when they announced Usman, everyone was like, ah, and then Colby started winning, and you started hearing Colby,
Yeah.
Colby.
Oh,
And
wow.
like,
See, I left. I watched that whole thing. Jeff Nowitzki invited me out, and I had a meeting with him after. So I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go. This last fight's gonna suck. It's the first time I took my girlfriend out to see fights. Again, we're scientists.
Yeah.
She's a scientist.
Were you on
I
acid
tag
during the
along.
fight?
I was, and so I'm like, fuck, I got to talk to Jeff, and I'm talking to him at the fights. I'm like, all right, well, we'll meet you at the beer garden to talk about some stuff. And I left before that fight. I'm like, I have to go collect my thoughts
Really?
before I talk
That was
to
a
Jeff.
great fight.
I was busy.
You know what?
I had shit
you
to do.
You had me going with these psychedelic substances, but now you just changed my whole mind. You were too high to stay
Dude,
for
no.
the
I
best
would no.
fight.
That is not the key.
You had enough psychedelics.
I was not too high. I had
Seriously.
business.
Bro,
to
it's
attend.
not
It's
addictive.
different. Creepy's different. He's a different breed.
I had a meeting with my
He's
friend
also a
that
lot
night, so
shorter.
I had to
He hits
leave
a
to go
lot less
to
than
go
it does to you.
plan my meeting. You know, I had to go talk with Jeff about some stuff, and I just said, okay, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go smoke a joint. I'm gonna relax, drink some coffee, then I'm gonna go talk to Jeff because at that point it's fucking 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know, and you know everyone's a little.
Yeah,
little
but both
tipsy.
you guys are addict, but he hasn't hit a rock bottom yet.
No, I was there
Okay,
before.
so-
It's just happened a long time
Oh,
ago.
you did, right?
Call me
yeah,
an addict,
that's
Yeah,
right.
would the DEA fucking arrest you when you're in the UFC and put you in jail?
Really?
Yeah. I had already stopped selling drugs at that point, and they came over and I was like, "What are you guys doing here? Hey, what's up, man? The same guy's already raided my house once before, twice.
But didn't you grow up in like Dana Point?
San Clemente, Laguna area.
Don't you have money?
Yeah, but all those rich kids had to buy drugs somewhere.
So you were trying to get richer?
Yeah, I'm a businessman. I'm sorry. I was a young, stupid kid. I was wild, and then I mean, yeah.
You're such a nice guy. Like you're like when I meet you, I hang out with you. You're a nice person. You treat everyone with respect.
I do, and I try and go above and beyond. I have to. It's part of my life. It's part of my job. Now, you know, I'm doing all these things. Like, dude, I would go so deep in yoga, Kundalini. I go see Krishna Das and Simrit Kaur, and Snyder doesn't have no idea who these people are, but they're like. So there's chanting that goes along with Kundalini and with the Sikh religion, the Hindu stuff, and Westerners take this and they make music out of it, and it's the most beautiful shit ever. And you know, because again, I'm with an intellectual. She has me reading philosophy. I'm really trying to change my whole thing. I joke around, you know, about some weird shit, but you know, this is a person that I've brought into my life, or I met randomly, and has totally helped me change my life. I mean, we're so deep into psilocybin. We're working on a political level. We're talking to big business about this. We're talking to.
How long you been dating Miss Timothy Leary?
Listen, I'm talking to John Hopkins about some stuff. You know, like the biggest studies in psilocybin, and it's only been since October.
Hopkins, did he die?
No, Johns Hopkins, the university.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, they want me to be a part of their CTE study. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I work with a company called Unlimited Sciences. They put on the biggest psilocybin studies in the world, and like I don't fuck around. You know how I do
I know.
things.
Didn't you have a dispensary at one point?
No, I was helping build one, but the fighting called my name again, and that worked out well. But now I'm taking a serious stance because I did kind of miss cannabis. I own a part of a CBD company that will, you know, eventually sell, and I'll make a bunch of money. But whatever. With this business model, because again, it's cyclical. It's something else, and we have to just be ready for it because it's happening.
No, I've heard about that.
Decriminalization is
legal in Colorado and everything else. All right, fights.
Yeah.
So speaking of substances, John Jones won Fighter of the Decade.
What?
They had a bunch of polls.
Oh, decade.
Now, do you think that he should have got fired? I mean, the guy got tested positive for.
We just talking about fighting. Come on. Yeah.
But don't you think the asterisk? I mean, don't you think that should be like Barry Bonds when he took
really
hit home? Yeah, really.
Okay.
I mean, there are guys that never tested positive for stuff.
It's
you
true.
never tested positive.
It's true. Yeah.
Daniel Cormier never tested positive.
No.
I mean, GSP. But now when you fought GSP, there was rumors that he was on stuff. Do you think he was on anything?
All I know is the damn commission said, "Hey, don't worry, we don't got a test today." And I was like, "Oh shit, maybe I should have done something."
Look at that guy.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait, so
there was no test for that. So you know, and I mean, look, I'm
was his urine on fire?
Look, when you test, like you know, the drug testing is like a strange thing. I know that everybody's pissed about USADA right now, right? Like
well, Jessica Penney got fucked.
That's what I was talking about. Jessica
sucks.
Penney,
Yeah.
I feel like she got screwed over.
She's driving for Lyft now, which, by the way, it's not a good job for her because she's the most unfriendly person.
Yeah.
And I love Jessica Penney, but
She's
like,
not nice.
Looking at you through the rearview mirror,
most
like
people
fuck
like
you.
you don't want your Lyft you don't want to have resting bitch face as a Lyft driver. Like I would give her. I went on a date with her. It was the most uncomfortable date I've ever had in my life. I'd be like, hey, what do you think of this? She's like, but she's still really pretty, and I like her as a friend. But I would. She's the kind of person I want to keep as a friend. I'm married anyway, but she's tough. I met her.
Why are you mentally cheating already? What the fuck?
I know. Afterthought. Well, I'm married.
I met her at your party, by the way. Yeah, she was so like after my dog bit you in the face.
Yeah.
She was like, "Good, he deserved it." Like, that's the kind of girl
Awesome.
Jessica Penney is. She's
bless her heart.
But there shouldn't be a UFC fighter driving for Lyft. That's insane. It's insane.
Well, I mean, what they popped her for over-the-counter something that was
for
tainted and
hormone stuff or something.
I know. And it's weird, like they try to make an example out of her, but she didn't really do anything wrong.
Yeah.
So I mean, she's been not fighting for years now.
Yeah,
so,
it's bullshit.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very strange. Like it doesn't make much sense to like put some kind of government bureaucracy, you know what I mean, in the middle of some commerce. You know, I don't know. But then again, the argument is you can't self-regulate, right? Because then the UFC will do whatever the hell they want, right?
So, they kind of do that anyway, though.
I know, but I mean,
but they're responsible about it.
Yeah, are they?
Now, all right. So a couple other fights that want to be made. So Dustin Poirier wants to fight Nate Diaz. That would be a good fight.
Be a really good fight to watch.
Yeah.
Poirier's a dude. He's dangerous and he's so good. It's
He's so
crazy.
good.
I mean, he doesn't get enough credit.
And then
But that's
Masvidal-
not signed. That's just
not signed. It was signed, but then it got
Poirier
called
is calling him out.
Calling him out.
Nice.
And then Masvidal wants to fight Nick Diaz.
All right.
Again, rad fight.
Bad fight for who?
No, I said rad fight.
Rad fight. But I mean, what do the Diaz brothers have left? I mean, I think a lot.
I wanna see.
But I want to see it.
Look, man, there's like two of the most marketable dudes
Ever.
Yeah. So
now, when you were calling out Nick, did you know that
I feel like. No, well, I mean, at that time, he wasn't that popular. It was like kind of like, you know what I mean? We were both in Strike Force. So, like, I was like, this is the two most, like, we both were like the most popular dudes over there. So I was like, let's make this fight. Let's do this. But, it never happened.
Now, when they all jumped you, did he land any punches on you?
No.
Or Nate?
I tackled Nate, and then I've been jumped before. So I know how not to get fucked up.
Not my first rodeo.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Mike Pierce's wife says she went to high school with you.
No.
And she went to a high school party where you fought your sister.
Well, I always fight my sister.
How many times did you fight your sister at parties?
All the time, man. Me and my sister will always get into it and wrestle and whatever.
That is the only time
My
a man
sister,
can hit
bro.
a woman when it's your sister.
Yeah,
And
my
just like-
sister is bigger than you, bro. My sister would give you a run for your money. You think you could double leg her in the elevator?
But why are you always?
No.
I feel like it's like every time you people are like you fought her again though after you were like famous on TV.
No. Well, the old habits die hard.
How many times? How many fights did you get publicly with your sister?
You remember when we were 5? Fuck you. It's that sort of shit.
Yeah.
It goes
Well,
way
what's your record
back.
versus your sister?
Well, I mean, I got a pretty I'll say like 3 and 5. Yeah.
You lost 5 times?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because you can't really. The rules against fighting a family member are much different than fighting in the street.
I've never fought my sister, dude.
Oh, well, then you're missing out on
I mean,
life,
she's not like
really.
twice the size of me, but do you have a sister?
No. Thank God.
No,
I mean- How about, what is she, like 180?
215, solid, ripped.
Ripped?
Yeah, ripped, like fucking beast woman. Yeah, she's like, yeah.
Who wins,
she's
her
very strong.
or Gabby Garcia?
Ooh, I think my sister might be able to work the jab, stay on the outside. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, but if she gets taken down, I think it's over with. That's how I defeat my sister. Oh, you got to put her in a headlock. You can't. You know what I mean? You got to ground. You got to ground her out. You can't stand up with her. You know
It's
what
like
I mean?
dealing with a cat, a pissed off cat. You just got to grab it, stick it to the ground.
Bro, you got
Show dominance.
there's
What
no
does she
way.
do for work? Like a truck driver?
I think
Bounty hunter.
she's an enforcer.
Really?
For the mob? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
She's a debt collector.
Yeah, she definitely.
Why am I picturing you with a wig?
Bro, it's me with a bow in my hair, basically. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, a lot prettier.
Both have that little lesbian haircut.
Nah, she got like a real woman haircut. For sure.
There was a one championship fight of the weekend where the guy got knocked down and then threw a knee bar on the ref.
Nice.
Oh yes, I saw that.
It was like a good knee bar
Yeah,
too.
I rolled right into it. The guy ref shouldn't have fucking left that hanging out there like that.
Yeah. Ref's got to learn how
Snatch that shit
to
up.
sprawl.
They should have paid that guy more.
What? Really? Did it hurt him or no?
I think
You
no.
let him go?
Kind of like
I didn't even see this clip. Damn.
The
You gotta
video's
start
funny. You
forwarding me
can't
these.
really
on
see it
FC
too well.
Instagram. Now Ryan Hall has called out Frankie Edgar or Jose Aldo. At this point, I feel like it's almost a bad fight for either of those guys because Ryan Hall is so awkward to fight.
At 135?
You think Edgar or Aldo smash Hall?
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
like,
So
what are you
he's-
talking about? Mummified Jose Aldo from the last fight?
Well, Ryan, have you seen Ryan Hall? So he's this jiu-jitsu
So
guy.
awkward.
One of like the best in the world.
Oh,
right?
he does that.
He's
He does that
really
rolling
good.
knee bar
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all he does. It's
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
like it's a video game where you press the same button over
Yeah.
and over again.
And it works so well.
But he beat Darren Elkins his last fight, and he's
undefeated.
He submitted BJ.
He beat BJ Penn quickly.
No one submits BJ.
And he's got like a one like backwards kick that lands all the time and a knee bar. But he gets away. But he no one can figure this guy out. And my fear is that Frankie Edgar might lose to him.
Or Frankie Edgar will pull a. Remember how Paul Harris was that guy for a while?
Yeah.
And what's his name with the fucking Johnny Cash tattoo?
Belcher.
Yeah, Alan Belcher just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
I
Did
remember
the
that.
defense. So you got to think Frankie Edgar's a game plan guy. Frankie Edgar's smart enough where he could stick him down on the ground and just smash him.
Well, I think prime Frankie
Maybe.
or
Yeah.
even after prime Frankie, but
maybe not now.
But prime sort of like Frankie's sort of like the last guy, the wonderful Korean Zombie.
Yeah.
Didn't look the best, and no disrespect to Frankie, but I would like to see him smash Ryan Hall. I like Ryan
I think
Hall.
it's a
but-
better matchup. Like, that's a better matchup for Frankie than Zombie was. You know what I mean? Like, I
yeah,
think he's got a better
Zombie's
shot.
on the peak right now. That's
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Frankie might be able to pull something out, but again, it's not an easy fight. That's a tough fight.
And then have you seen the Iranian Hulk?
Yeah.
You
Oh
see this
yeah,
guy?
yeah. This dude.
No, I haven't.
What about him?
Can we bring him up? So he signed with Bare Knuckle Boxing.
Iranian Hulk.
Yeah, the Iranian. Wait till you see this guy.
Yeah.
By the way, how's your rap career? I wrote that down too. Remember at one point you were rapping?
Yeah.
Whatever happened with that?
You know, I haven't picked it up, but maybe I'll get in the studio here pretty soon and get back.
You rapped at Ellis Mania, right?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, yeah. That was a good.
Were you okay? This is the Iranian Hulk.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I've seen this guy. I don't even know how I.
Is he wearing a gimp mask in that picture?
Looking motherfucker.
Yeah. So this guy's signed with bare knuckle boxing.
Can he fight?
No. I mean,
Now, what do you think?
bro, he can barely stand up on his own power.
He has to do the helicopter to spin
Oh,
around.
we should
with his
have him
arms
fight
out.
Pujanowski.
Yeah.
Where's this picture
Pujanowski
at?
can fight though. Pujanowski can actually fight,
What?
but I mean, this dude, I mean, how much meat can you stack in one fucking ring? Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy's signed with bare knuckle boxing. Could we just could we go on like one of those little clips?
Look, I can only get so erect. Like, stop putting all these pictures up.
Hey, how big is he? What are his measurements?
34, 24,
He's actually
34.
3 feet tall.
Hey, Sajid
I mean, but
Gharabi.
how do you? So how would you beat this guy in bare knuckle boxing? Just jab him to death
No,
and
you
stay
just
away?
Put your head between his tits. And
Yeah.
just fucking swing.
And just rack his body. You know his body's weak as shit.
I mean, those fucking, look at those goddamn, I want some video of this guy punching. I mean, because it's one of those things where you got to dance around him, you know what I mean?
Make him
you got to
tired.
like butterfly, you know, you got to be like a bumblebee.
That would be a fun fight to fight that guy like that, bare knuckle.
Really?
You just chip away at him, make him. Because he's probably so
I'd
slow. You see a punch coming,
I'd
slip.
much rather be able to kick that guy and run
Yes,
away
very true.
because one fucking big hammer. I mean, it's one of those dudes where, you know, it's easy to avoid his punches,
But if it hits,
if one lands,
sucks.
you're gonna be
Sliding across the
waking
ring.
up in the fucking hospital next week. Yeah. I mean, I no disrespect to that fucking mountain of fucking technology. I mean, I don't know what the fuck kind of
science.
Yeah, this dude is like, doing the caber toss and fucking picking up fucking balls. Picking
Would
up
you fight
those
that guy in bare
concrete
knuckle
balls.
boxing?
Yeah, whatever.
390
Yeah.
pounds.
You would really fight him?
Yeah, 'cause
6'2",
look, man.
390. It looks like.
Jesus.
But you haven't known for your.
can't
I mean,
see
you're
that
a
far.
great
No,
technique.
I'm not. Yeah, but I'm not like a power puncher. But bare knuckle, you know what I mean?
How would
You would
put
beat the
numbers
shit
up.
out.
How would you beat this
you
guy?
put numbers up. You put numbers up. Bro, I mean, what do you got? Silicone bicep implant?
Bro, I'm so buff. Bro, check out my BMW, bro. Fuck you.
Like, so
Jesus
creepy.
Christ, he's
Now,
big.
would you fight this guy?
I guess.
Yeah,
How much money?
you
I
know
mean,
what?
sure. It would. I would fuck that guy up.
Look,
You'd fuck
I
this guy
will
up?
fuck that
yeah,
guy
you
up
would,
real
yeah.
quick.
Yeah, I think you would.
I would put my knuckles right into his solar plexus first.
I just like his way he shaves his hair. This dude, I mean, you know what I'm saying? He's got this sweet ass little.
So
chest
who wins,
hair.
him or Bob Sapp? Like, if they were trying.
I would love to see that.
Uh,
Bob Sapp.
Prime Bob Sapp was a beast, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, look, we didn't even seen this guy fight. All I seen him do is flex his fucking bicep for the camera. We can't find any fight footage of this guy because it doesn't exist.
It's like it's not even muscle. It's just like mashed potatoes under his skin.
No,
you know, that's what it looks like.
He just packed his muscles with mashed potatoes.
That's what it looks like, dude. It doesn't look
It
real.
looks like there's some muscle in there. I mean,
You know what it is? Is he just eats a shit ton.
It could be.
That guy
It.
just
How
eats,
come he
his
looks?
diet sucks.
He looks like a buff baby with
It's like
hair.
yeah, exactly what it looks like.
Like it's a very strange body type
How the
this
fuck
dude's
do you get
got.
your arms that?
by the
I
way,
know his arms are goddamn bigger than my legs, bro. That's impressive.
yeah. So that guy signed with that guy signed with bare knuckle boxing. If we can get the 1FC, by the way, on Twitter, if we can get the 1FC highlight, they have a highlight of the guy.
Bro, I'm not
Like
done
locking.
looking at
Okay.
this specimen.
I can look at him for hours,
yeah, I
dude.
know.
Put your hands on top of the
He's
table.
I
captivating.
feel like I kind of want to see the interview with you and him. And bare
Yeah,
knuckle.
might as well. That's
I
gonna
mean, you're
be
a heavyweight
bizarre.
now, right? What are you, 220?
270.
You're not 270.
I wish.
But wait, like
I was like,
215?
what is it?
205?
I'm like 220. Yeah.
220?
Nah, maybe more. Shit. This is a long weekend.
But people keep asking about. Oh, by the way, Chales wants to know if you want to do submission grappling in his league.
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
You're a
I'm just
second-degree
kidding,
black
yeah.
belt.
I know. Yeah.
You can make money doing this.
bro,
What about me? What about me, Chael? What the
I'm
fuck?
waiting.
Is it? Why, would you do it too? Submission grappling?
I would.
No, I'm like, you're a second-degree black belt.
I know, bro. Yeah.
Is it the gas
Fine.
tank?
I haven't really put we'll talk about it and then I'll do a training camp. You know what I mean?
But it's jiu-jitsu though,
but
right?
I know, but you have to train for jiu-jitsu. To go put on a good performance, you got to be in shape and ready. And dude,
In a gym, yeah, in a gym you can show up and fuck people up, but with an actual competitive person,
Yeah.
it's a black belt to a competitive black belt.
Yeah.
Like I'm still a purple belt.
So you're a secondary black belt, right? But you're saying like right now you're at
No, because
like a brown belt level
my knowledge is like overflowing out of my head. But my body shape, the reality is, so if I don't want to get injured and I want to put on a great performance, I need some time to get ready and get in shape for it. So if you're asking me to go do this weekend, go fuck yourself.
I'm not asking you anything. I'm saying that like I just saw him last week.
Eventually
I
for
said
sure.
that I'm hanging out with Mayhem.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm hyping you up.
Oh,
I'm telling him how great you're doing. I'm telling him this now I know this is the Mayhem. I could see why he became super famous.
Yeah.
One of the biggest dudes in the world because this is the Mayhem I'm talking to. And I go, hey, by the way, Mission Grappling. Would you want to have Mayhem in there?
I love when you put on your manager voice. Hey, by the way,
it's always the hands coming up.
This is Adam Greenberg
he
here.
goes, I would love to have Mayhem in there. Talk to him about that.
All right.
And then I was like, maybe Mayhem could use some money, Submission Grappling, blah, blah, blah.
I love this voice.
I don't want any fucking piece of it. I'm just saying, the fans want to see it. Why wouldn't you want to do it?
No, I'm
but
not.
But then I'm like, I'm not going to push you towards it.
No, but the reality is that in this moment right now, I wouldn't want to give my fans a damn shitty performance. I need time to get in shape.
But if you ran 5 miles,
if I get in shape,
you ran 5 miles a day, a couple miles a day, 3 days a week, 4 days a week.
Oh yeah, that's all you got to do. Just play basketball. Your cardio will get in shape.
And then roll what? Go
just roll for 3 rounds. Bro, I can see why your middle school wrestlers are not at peak shape all the time. Fucking just terrible. This is a terrible game plan.
My kids are fucking winning left and right, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
You know what, kids? Practice is off for the week. We'll meet before the duel later this week. Just do some mental preparation.
You're telling me, okay, Mayhem needs to get in shape for a 10-minute jiu-jitsu match.
Oh, yeah.
Or 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, because if I want to go in there and just fucking, smoke a cigarette on the way to the ring and then come in at 260 and then collect my paycheck, oh, yeah.
No,
sure,
I'm not telling you that.
But that's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying that it would take you a month to get in shape? 2 months?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
And you'd run every day. You'd lift, you hit the gym.
Thanks, coach. Yeah.
You'd practice, compete.
Gotta practice, yeah.
All right, fine. But fuck it. Don't do it.
Nah. What do you mean? I just said I'll do it.
Go in my
and
garage.
now you're arguing. And you're not arguing
You
with me
obviously have
about it.
vested interest in this too.
I know, yeah.
I have no interest in it.
Kickbacks
I got a couple
right now.
side deals.
Exactly.
I'm getting paid in mushrooms.
Yes. I got a guy.
Psilocybin? How do you say it?
Psilocybin.
All right, so let's talk about the fight this week, okay?
Who else is fighting? Because we already
Holly
talked
Holm
about Connor.
is taking on Raquel Pennington.
Holly Holm, man. Is she married?
No, she got divorced.
Divorced.
Perfect.
Yeah, look at that.
Raquel's married to
Raquel's with Tisha Torres.
Tisha Torres. Yeah, I was in Japan with them. They're cool. Good
They're
people.
really cool.
Yeah.
Wait, Raquel's married to the
Tisha Torres, little tiny tornado, they call her.
Nice.
Yeah, she's a hottie.
She's smoking.
Tisha's pretty hot.
I don't look at fighter women in any sort of
Really?
sexual context. I never have.
You and Carla never hooked up?
Nope.
Really?
I don't know. It's weird. Of course, I've objectified women most of my life, or my whole life until now. And
What? The mushrooms got you to stop objectifying
Yeah, oh yeah.
women?
See, I'm being fucking
You ever walk in the
serious.
gym jerking off?
I'm being totally serious. This helped fix so much. I was just in Bali for 2 weeks, okay? And I promised my girlfriend, she's like, well, if you need it, get a release out there. We'll just get, you test it when you get back. And
What's a
wear
release?
condoms.
Like a hand job?
No,
Like
just go fuck something.
Your girlfriend told you to do that?
Yeah, and I didn't. I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. Now you say I can do it. Well, I'm not going to.
Do you guys have
I love
threesomes, you and your girlfriend?
No, not yet, at least. We should probably both. So again, she's a very powerful person. She was on TV selling skincare. She's she has a science lab and a skincare company, like a big world-class skincare company. And she would leave like during lunch and go have orgies. She would set up for like an hour or two in a hotel room and then just go back to work or go home. Like, this woman's crazy too.
Did you get cum on her skin and be like, wow, this is...
It's good. I asked her. It's really good for your skin.
Nice.
Ladies, cum is great for your skin. I don't know where I'm
There
looking.
you go.
But no, it's like you have to set things in motion that yes.
No ladies listen to this show.
Fuck them.
They do, actually.
But
All right.
I'm just saying there's parameters, things you have to set up in place to get through all your addictions. And yeah, psychedelics are huge for it.
Okay.
It's a big addiction.
Yeah, but you've always, you were coaching Carla and those people back at Oyama. You never hit on those girls.
No.
You were a really good coach and good mentor to those people.
Yeah. And they all, they'll all attest to that because
Yeah.
I was busy banging chicks with 1 million followers, dog.
Right, of course. Now,
Douchebag.
Maurice Green, who was on The Ultimate Fighter, you don't know him. He was drunk all the time. He wins fights that I think he's going to lose, taking on Alexei Olnik. Mm-hmm. He's the guy that gets the Ezekiel choke from
Yes.
every single time, or he gets knocked out. But he's hit like 11 guys with these equal chokes.
Yeah,
I
from
guess
the bottom.
They say
You
it's
know
like
it's coming.
something you never supposed to get in, but the guys he chokes you out with it.
Especially a no-gi jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Because it's like a
Does he
gi
have
move.
extra long forearms or something?
He got Travis Brown with it, right? Didn't he get Travis Brown with it, or?
I can't remember.
Yeah, he got a lot of guys with it.
I think he's coming off a loss, though.
Also, Claudia Gadella taking on Alexa Grasso.
It's a tough fight. I can't pick that fight.
Diego Ferreira versus Anthony Pettis.
It's a good fight.
Hey, someone the other day goes, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Talking about Fiera, and I was like, "He's a stud. Number one. Number two, Pettis has been known to slip against people that are random.
Yeah.
You know, and again, I'm just stating the facts.
No, yeah.
Obviously, Pettis is incredible.
And then I thought he was going to lose to Wonder Boy. He knocked him out. That was crazy.
Yeah, he pulls off. Dude, that guy's so good.
The fight of the night is Sodiq Youssef, who actually is from a family where he has like 9 moms and like 1 dad and like 30 siblings in Africa.
Really? Oh, he's from Nigeria, right?
Yeah, and then he's fighting Andre Fili. Now, did you and Team Alpha Male ever make up?
Yeah. I'm friends with them. I've just always talked a lot of shit because it's what you do.
Did you and Ali Abdulaziz ever make up?
Fuck that guy.
You hear what happened?
That piece of shit.
They all surrounded him.
He's a fucking terrorist.
Right.
I'll say it
ahead.
again and again. Okay, you're no. Listen,
Yeah,
you're on a terrorist.
Wait. Slow down, bro.
Yeah.
Whoa, you're fired up. I appreciate that. I love your energy. But what exactly went down?
Okay, so you know how Connor said the whole terrorist snitch thing about Ali? I started that. I don't want to take credit for it, but I kind of do. My wrestling coach, was at the Olympic Training Center when Ali got taken away by the FBI. I have personal information. I know a lot of shit. You know, we know all these people in this fucking world. And so I started...
The FBI came and busted him for terrorist activities.
He is on a terrorist watch list. It is factual that he screwed over the U.S. government, the police force, his own terrorist people. He intertwined and clusterfucked everybody to make a buck and to clear himself out. So, and all I was doing was talking shit on Twitter. So I'm in Brooklyn, cutting weight for a fight, and you know, unbeknownst to them, I've got Glover next to me, so and Jacare, so I'm not afraid of anything. But all the Dagestanis start to pile in.
And they
start,
the hot tub.
Yeah, no, in the sauna, and they start talking shit. And well, why are you saying bad things about Ali? And I was like, I thought they meant Bhagavatinov. Remember how Bhagavatinov popped and still lost? I was like, yeah, I was making fun of him. I was like, I hug him when I see him. I was like, what's your guys' deals? They go, no, Abdelaziz. I go, oh. Because he's a fucking terrorist. And Khabib pushes his way through and goes, no, he'll sue you. And I'm just like, oh, really? Okay. How about everyone sit down? Let's have a debate. And they sat down. Like very simple-minded individuals.
You know, that's what you do in a sauna.
Yeah, exactly. And they're all like, okay. And I go, listen, you guys are proud Russians, right? Yeah, okay. I'm a proud American. What would you do if someone came into your fucking country? And I don't care what color, race, creed you are. If you come into my country and you're on a terrorist watch list, what would you guys do in Russia with that person? Let me know. And they were like, Khabib goes, I'm sorry, I'll just let you finish cutting weight. And they walked out, and I was like, whew, that must
have. What happened?
Nothing. They just, and then I cut the weight. I'm laying on the floor outside of the door to go into weigh-ins. I was like second in line, I think. And all of a sudden, I'm laying on the floor talking to my coach, you know, just sitting there. And Ali runs up, starts talking shit, and I'm laying on my back, rolling over, looking at him, laughing at him. You know, I'm fucking at 125 pounds. And he's coming up and fucking threatening me, and I'll fucking kill you, all this other shit. And I was like, okay.
Did he run up, go, Allah Akbar?
Allahu Akbar, and pulled out his fucking vest.
For real? So wait, you're saying on the record right here, MMA Roasted, which is, you know, one of the top-rated podcasts in the world.
It is. It really is.
I know. You're saying this dude is an actual terrorist.
No, that's like...
It's a fact.
Yeah.
You can look it up. It's a fucking fact.
How is he walking the streets?
I don't know. How is he one of the biggest agents?
He's
also
How is he
like
one of the biggest
manages,
agents?
He manages a boatload of fighters, right?
Yeah.
He makes millions of dollars and $1 million a year. I don't know how much he makes. He makes really good fucking money being a piece of shit. And I see all these fighters backing him. I'm like, shame on you. People I respect. I'm like, you guys are fucking idiots. That guy's a fucking weasel.
But you got to do it with Kayla Harrison, right? Didn't you and Kayla get into it?
No.
Oh, the girl from the...
I mean, I just signed with
like
my
Kayla.
new manager is Kim Jong-un. So, like,
Kayla's a fucking stud, but no, I've
like
never.
Kayla.
I don't know
Kayla,
what you guys got
by
to
the
say
way,
against
Kayla
him.
and
Supreme Leader.
Kayla and Kayla and Cejudo were going at it. I think as a joke, but who do you think wins in a grappling contest, Cejudo or Kayla?
I've never seen Henry's jiu-jitsu.
And then one of the questions, by the way, was how do you think a prime creepy does against a prime Cejudo?
I'll fuck him up. I can still come back and beat his ass. It's fine.
Nice.
I believe it,
But
man.
you know, I don't want to bend the knee and do any bullshit and never fight again. So we'll never know. I see what happened was the one time I got sober, I became the best in the world.
You beat Demetrius Johnson.
And the whole build up for that. I at one point I was sober, I became the best in the world. And you know that time has passed. I've lost a step. I'm 170 pounds now with like 8% body fat. I'm fucking jacked and slow and happy. You know,
how old are you?
35. I'll be 36.
You're still young.
I'm not ever fuck everyone. Even bare knuckle boxing called me recently. They go, hey, my old agency called me. Goes, hey, you want to fight? And I was like, where? They go, bare knuckle. I was like, ha, fuck you.
No, you too.
Okay. They go, no, it's big money. And I was like, no. Okay, how much? 30 grand? Get the fuck out of here. Put another zero on it, and then maybe I would think about it. I mean, they offered me a fight in Japan. And I said, no, I'm never fighting again. I have
for
better
300 you do it?
$500,000 I might fight.
So there is an actual price.
Of course, it's a fucking fist fight. It'll take me a few months to get in shape, and I'll go smash somebody. I can still fuck shit up. I do jiu-jitsu all the time. I'm in the gym almost every day. I do yoga a lot. I do breath work. I do meditation. I do.
And you're sober.
And I'm so I take psychedelics.
Soberish.
I smoke a lot of weed. I don't do fucking.
You're not doing oxys.
I'm not doing pill. Any sort of pharmaceuticals are out. No more cocaine. You know, it's entheogens.
How much cocaine did you do?
I was never a big cokehead, but I'm just saying these are the things I stay away from. I don't drink alcohol.
Like, we're pronounced dead for 7 minutes, right?
I was 7. I was in the hospital for 7 days.
7 days, but you were like pronounced dead.
Yeah, when they carted me off, they told my brother that I wasn't gonna make it.
What were you taking before that?
I was sober for a long time. Then I got a tattoo on my chest, which I finally covered up, thank God. And I took Oxycontin, I think some GHB.
What did the tattoo say? Do not resuscitate?
It should have. It should have. Yes, it should have. And I sat there. Okay, so this is the thing. I was sober for a while. I had my first fight with Jeff Willingham. I won. And then I went and got tattooed. I overdosed. And I signed a fight for Miga, who was at that time was the best guy in the world, when I was in my hospital bed.
Really?
Yeah. And then I fought. I aspirated.
Who the fuck gave you a contract when you were in your hospital bed?
We just didn't tell him. Jason House just dealt with it. But you know, but then that just shows you that the being sober, I was one day of fucking up that put me in the hospital for a week. But I stayed sober, got back out, and I beat Formiga. I became.
Now, when you died, right? Did you see angels? Or?
No. I can show you God. You want to see God? You want to see colors you never knew existed? I can show you that.
You got to take this
through psychedelics.
Pills,
yeah, I'm good.
I mean, yeah.
But thank you. I feel like I'm in a bad after-school special.
If you do,
hey, okay, so colors,
the sort of doses that we do therapeutically for that integration work, like we're doing 20 grams next. Like we're going up high, and this isn't to party and have fun. Like going over your crazy.
Why are you the test? Is it supposed to be gerbils or something? Or?
No, because this is her and I are doing this together. All these certifications and shamanic training in the integration.
Yeah, but what you're doing is illegal. Like, you're not allowed to.
Don't give a fuck.
I know, but
it's medicine.
Yeah, but at the same time, on the other side, you already got a sheet with the DEA.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're obviously watching you. At any time, they could just.
I'm not out selling drugs anymore. I'm just getting mushrooms from people in the community, and I'm dosing myself up in the psychedelic community.
There's a community.
Oh, there's huge. So you have.
Well, so it's decriminalized in Colorado.
Yeah, okay, so you have organizations like Decrim CA, who actually I was just in Hustler magazine, wearing their shirt. It was an interview. I'm not fucking anyone.
Right, go on.
We're just coming on the shirt.
Oh, go on, yeah.
Decrim. No, and then there's Decrim Oakland, Decrim Nature Oakland. These companies are really pushing it. There's
you're following all this? There's Mayhem. You're following everything.
Bro, I'm just hanging out in the hallway.
LA Psychedelia. If you're in Los Angeles or Orange County, reach out. There's LA Psychedelia. We're putting on the.
Mayhem, I feel like you should not listen to any of this, man.
No,
you
bro,
should.
I'm
let
good,
me help fix you. Let me help fix you.
It was a year and a half in jail.
I know.
He gets drug tested every other day.
You cannot test for psilocybin.
He's doing so great.
It goes into the body as serotonin.
Don't believe this. Don't believe this.
No. Bro.
I'm fucking working.
Listen, bro.
I'm looked at to jail for.
I'm looked at as an educator and a fucking ambassador. Yes, is that crazy? An educator and an ambassador for this company, Unlimited Sciences. Like that's what we're looking. I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Science should be limited.
No, science should not be limited. Fuck you. Science is great.
Case,
no, these are helping people.
Weren't the Nazis doing experiments on people too?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what the fuck?
Been limited.
How does we go into Nazis running experiments?
Bro, it's just the rule of the internet. You got to talk about Nazis at some point.
All right, listen. All right, I'm just saying that I like.
Fuck you guys at work.
I like free mayhem.
Yes.
All right.
You scared that I'm gonna go on a mushroom bender?
I'm scared
Someone
that
who
you're
is
gonna take
predisposed to
that creepy's gonna be like, hey, this, and then you're gonna fucking test positive, and he's gonna be like, oh well, my
Whoops.
girlfriend told me, and then
Yeah.
we're gonna find his girlfriend. It's just him with a
Look
wig
it
on
up.
or something, talking to himself, and
Drinking
Norman
lemonade, looking in the
Bates.
mirror,
some
touching
crazy
myself.
shit's gonna go on, and then he's gonna fight bare knuckle for 30 grand. All right, so we don't need this. All right,
Classic Adam
he's
Hunter.
doing great. Okay.
Yes, people who are predisposed to psychotic episodes should not be taking. They shouldn't even be smoking weed. Realistically,
Remember last time we took experimental drugs, he was naked in the church with a
I know.
fire
I'm
extinguisher.
saying,
Allegedly.
people.
Never was
That
convicted of
that archetype of person should not take psychedelics. But when you do it in a controlled setting. I'm doing it with a fucking scientist. We're doing it. I mean, sure, we're naked and we're in bed, but like we're going over our issues and we're fixing shit.
You know, that
Past
sounds
traumas.
like laboratory conditions. to
Past
me.
traumas. You've had a great life.
Why am I so fucked up? Why am I this fucked up? We're trying to figure it out. I don't know.
You're a great kid, Ian.
He got
right?
poor little rich boy
You guys
syndrome.
have
That's
no
the
idea.
problem.
You're a great kid. You're a good guy. You've achieved more than 99.9% of people.
And it's still not good enough
For who?
for me.
But that's because that's why you've achieved what you have.
And I'm not mad about it, but I know. But I'm just saying, there's an obsession, and you know, the last time I became obsessed with something, I became the best in the world at it.
So now you're the best in the world at acid?
No, it's science. I wanted to be a scientist as a kid. There's 3 things I wanted to be.
Well, go to school.
I wanted to be a fighter.
Yeah.
School's already out. I'm at school every day. I'm working from home with my girlfriend. I educate myself. I'm going to go to a master's class in breath work with Castor Vandermeulen. Was the first guy ever registered certified by Wim Hof. He was Wim's resident scientist.
Right.
So I do a lot of stuff. I do a lot of very educational things. We're doing more shamanic training. There's a lot of
Just be
stuff.
careful, all right?
I am very.
I don't want you to, like, 2 years from now, you break up with this girl, and you're like, dude, she had me in a fucking spell. You know, you had no idea. I was taking shit that I didn't know.
The thing is, okay.
You know,
How long y'all been after this? I missed that.
I've been
a year?
I've been into psychedelics for about 5 years. My whole life, but very, very deeply with DMT and all that stuff, about 5 years. And the last 2 years, I've stepped it up.
you've also got punched a lot in the face, too, though.
Yeah, and then so the last 2 years, been more into it, and then
I'm talking about with this scientist lady.
we've been we started hanging out in October, because that's been that long, but long enough to take over the world.
All right.
All right. So, all right. Finally, who else on this card? Who cares? All right. So, we got to get going. Bellator is coming up January 25th. It's going to be Julia Budd versus Cyborg, the main event.
Oh, really?
It's in LA.
Awesome.
I tried to
What's the date?
Saturday, right?
25th.
25th. I hit up Rich Cho for tickets.
Nice.
But you're friends with him, right?
Uncle
Yeah.
Rich.
Yeah.
I used to live with Rich.
Because you used to live with him.
Me too. Funny.
Yeah, your buddy who I met in Oregon.
Yeah.
Coolest guy ever.
The best. Jimmy Nakamura.
Delivered like a case of Monsters. Sorry, by the way. To like my hotel. He said that Rich told him to corner you
Yeah.
because you had no one cornering you.
Yeah.
And that you were so nice to this guy. Every time you had a fight, he was in your corner.
Hell yeah, he's
That's
great. Yeah.
good for him.
He always backed me up. I love that dude.
So on this card, Dylan Dennis is fighting at a catch weight. He always gets he says when you run the MMA, you get to pick your own weight. Because he's like the best jiu-jitsu guy, but he got kicked out of Garcia's for having a bad attitude or something.
The best jiu-jitsu
he's
guy?
He's good.
Don't
He's good.
Don't give him
He's
that.
good, right?
He is very good. He's extremely good at jiu-jitsu, but
Could you beat him?
No, he's way bigger than me, and he is
Now?
technically better.
Yeah.
I don't know how much does he weigh.
170.
Okay, I would love to roll with him. I'm sure he would submit me, but like, put him with Jason, see what the fuck happens.
Nah.
You know, I'm just saying.
Chael Sonnen.
Or fucking
Got
Jake Shields.
Submission
Do we
underground.
have to see what Jake Shields has to say about that?
Yeah. So
You know,
Jake
like,
Shields
and
beat
that's-
him. I know
and that's my boy.
He's a good jiu-jitsu guy,
Yes.
but he's very cocky.
You just said the best, and the cocky
Sorry.
thing kind of pisses me
He's
off.
got a hot girlfriend that he takes pictures with naked. He talks all kinds of shit to everyone. He's been calling out John Jones.
It's pretty funny.
He's just he's kind of like that troll.
That guy.
That guy. So he's on the card. Aaron Pico's on the card. This
Yeah,
guy,
buddy.
they were saying this guy was one of the best wrestlers in high school, and then
We've heard about
didn't
him
go
since
to
he was
college,
14 or 15.
Went to the Olympic training, didn't make the Olympic team. Bellator signed him. He's been knocked out 3 out of his 5 fights. They keep putting him with he wants to be a boxer, but he's young.
But if you're a good wrestler, what the hell?
No. This kid's a legitimate good boxer. I've trained with him at Ruka. All he knows is hard work, and obviously his wrestling's insane.
So what's the deal?
They took him out of high school He didn't graduate high school. I mean, he graduated, but not, didn't do all for it. Then he went straight to the Olympic Training Center.
But what's the problem here?
I don't know, man. Shit happens. That just shows you shit happens. It's MMA. There's so many variables that it's hard to.
His first fight ever, they put him in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Against the guy that was like 11-4.
If you're a great wrestler, I don't even understand why sure, you're a good boxer, great. But if you're a great wrestler, then why not wrestle?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
So he's on that card too, and then a couple. Actually, Henry Corrales is on that card against what's his name? It's
that one guy,
Johnny Bubble
the
Trousers.
face.
No, it's Juan Archuleta. Against Henry Corrales.
Ooh,
Archuleta.
It's a good fight, right?
That's a good fight. I'm gonna go with Archuleta. I mean, I like both those guys.
And then Darian Caldwell's on that card against Borix. So that's a good thing. We should definitely go to that. What do you say?
Where is it?
I'm in.
It's at the Forum.
Let's go. I'm in.
All right. So what do you got coming up, Ween Dog?
I just want to stress, I can't stress this enough. Go on YouTube, subscribe to Adam Hunter. That's where you can watch this podcast, the entire thing, and you can also listen to it on SoundCloud, Spotify, Stitcher, all that shit. But definitely subscribe to Adam Hunter. We're going to start posting individual clips on there from this podcast. And I want to see more hashtag here for Ween Dog or here for Ween. And a lot of people are saying I look like baby Sam Tripoli. I like it. I love Sam.
What do you got coming up? What could you promote?
Just YouTube channel. That's it.
All right, but don't you have your own podcast?
Yeah, we got.
Blasting or something?
I'm gonna have some new stuff coming out this year, 2020, on YouTube, my personal YouTube channel, and I'm gonna do some more stuff with Ween Dog Radio.
Aren't you on TikTok?
I'm on TikTok. I always promote TikTok, but I don't make any TikTok videos.
Good work.
Yeah, I go on TikTok, Hot Chin Action, and that's it.
Hot Chin Action. All right, so. Creepy. If people want to know about this mushrooms or psychedelics, is it even legal?
Hit me up on Instagram. Okay. It's legal in Canada. It's legal in Brazil. It's decriminalized in certain cities. So the thing is you can get information about this, and you can reach out to me. We have something called the Myco Collective in Orange County, where we're having kind of an integration circle where people can come when we don't give drugs out. Like no one does that. You go there to just go over the things you learned within your psychedelic experience.
Weren't you giving them out at the Time Bar?
What? Maybe to my friends. Okay, maybe I gave some mushrooms to my friends, but that's besides the point.
Got you. All
okay,
right. I'm just kidding.
I want to give my friends medicine. Okay, right. But yeah, and then just hit me up on Instagram, Uncle Creepy MMA. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming out in this world, so this is the beginning. I just can't talk about much of it.
Mayhem, what do you got coming out?
Whatever, bro.
He's alive.
What's the matter? You're upset?
No, I'm not upset at all. I'm just like. I don't know. I'm just like outside the mushroom game. You know what I mean?
You need to stay outside of it. I can't.
Everybody's hating on Mayhem. I'm standing in the hallway jerking off. Nobody's opening the door. you know, I'm all right. You know, I got a new Instagram since they would never let me get into old Instagram. I guess I'm gonna start using it, but most of the time I'm on Reddit, like looking at different shit. So I don't really got nothing to promote. I guess I'm gonna start banging some Instagram models with 6 followers or more.
6 or more.
6 or more. Oh, and check out my podcast. Jesus Christ, I didn't bring that up. Story Time with Uncle Creepy. That's my podcast.
You get the jokes that I sent you back last night?
Yeah. I'm working on stand-up and doing some dates.
We're gonna go on tour,
soon.
man.
I know. It's gonna be fun.
Can I host?
I should probably talk about that too. I go to Pittsburgh and Philly next month. Again, it's my first little comedy stop.
Who you going up with?
Zach Miller. We're going for Volcano Extra, just the cannabis stuff.
My cousin Zach. All right.
Yeah, so we'll go out there. And I don't know how many spots we're gonna be able to hit up because I gotta go to Holland, I think, or go somewhere for some education stuff. But yeah, so now I'm doing comedy. I'm really doing it for therapy and just trying to improve my public speaking, and it seems to be going all right. I mean, I put in the work.
Good.
I go 5 days a week.
Laugh Factory. I will be at the Laugh Factory in Reno this week, headlining in Reno all week. Next week, I'm at the Comic Strip in El Paso. February, I'm in Michigan at I'm the same place you're at. I'm at the One Night Stands.
One Night Stands, yeah.
In Michigan. What part of Michigan is that from?
I forgot.
It's in Michigan. One Night Stands in Michigan.
Don't drink the water.
And I'll be in Calgary at the Comedy Catch in Calgary in February 10th to the 17th. And in March, I'm in Vegas at the LA Comedy Club. Mayhem, thank you.
God
Creepy, thank you. Isaac Vallie-Flagg, thank you. Ween Dog, thank you.
Yep.
Have a great week. Take care.
We're out.
Peace.
That was hilarious.
Go to...